We can't
All
play
right.
this promo live. Oh, sorry.
We are live. We are live.
Would you like to answer a question right at this particular time? Would you like to do that?
Ed Ewan ** super chatted $4.99. I'm ready for WrestleMania. Is anybody ready for Dynasty? McAfee needs to go away.
Got a hammer lock and a Tommy drum. Yeah, I'm gonna go all night. I got a suplex, no one doing it. When I came to fight, I got a figure four. Yeah, I'll show you some more. Anything you want, 2, 3, wear the camel clutch. I know it in mud. You'll be getting the mercy of me. Gravity is my business tonight. Well, you know I'm gonna divide. 'Cause I'm gonna bring you off the top rope tonight.
Yeah. This is the This Is Awful show. I'm your host, Awful Wrestling. Alongside me, my co-host, Akadis. Yeah, from Toonie Talk, the new host of Toonie Talk Wrestling. That's right. You heard right. We got a big show in store for you tonight. I can't wait to get into tonight's show. How are you, my man?
Doing all right. Been a busy week getting those clips. Have you seen those Toonie Talk wrestling clips? Setting the world on fire? Yeah. No, they seem to be doing well, you know. I mean, we got a lot of competition tonight, but
do we?
We got TNA, we got all the shows covering TNA, we got AAA, we got all the shows covering AAA. We got
So I guess we're gonna go light tonight.
Hey, maybe
light on the crowd.
Knows? We'll see.
We're still gonna provide the best content.
That's true.
That's what I believe. Yeah, I think so.
Well, we got it. You know, we have a strong replay crew. We have a strong replay crew. So
a real strong replay crew. Shout out to all those in the replay crew.
Mike Glass.
We gotta have a list. Yeah, you guys need to send me like a list of those who listen on the replay crew, so that I can put it at the end of the stream.
If you are listening, if you're in the replay crew and you're listening right now, just scroll down a little bit and there's comments and just put replay crew. And then every week when we start doing the introductions, we will, well, we're not going to hit all of you up because there's like 500 of you, but we will pick and choose a few. I mean, right now in the chat, the people that actually showed up, we have CM, we have Erica, we got you and Cumia, we got Lisa B, we got LK, we got George. You know, those the real OGs. We got Beards coming in. We got Cross. He's here. So
Yeah,
we're
nice.
doing all right. We're doing all right.
Yeah.
But oh, the iDogs. So iDags. Sorry, iDags.
Mm.
So yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing fine.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Hey, listen, just a little bit of the bands going on here. I have to I have to say that I've been watching this this YouTube show, and I'm shocked it hasn't been on network television by now. Have you ever heard of it? It's called Pop the Balloon or Find Love.
No, excuse me.
Oh boy. So it's a YouTube channel that talks about popping a balloon or finding love. And so what it is, it's like picture a big warehouse room, big white room, nice, studio room. And there's seven lovely ladies, seven lovely looking single ladies. And they have balloons in their hands. And a single man will come out.
Okay.
And they will ask each other questions a la Love Connection. And if the girls are not feeling him or he's not feeling them, they have a needle in the other hand. And then they pop the balloon if they're not feeling the particular contestant. It's a great show. It's hilarious. It's a black show. I know, sorry to disappoint some people, but yeah, it's wild.
Pause your words for a second. I'm switching scenes and I don't have the group open
Sure.
on the other scene. Give me 1 second here. And oh yeah, I do. Look at that. I was all ready. I didn't think I was ready, and I was totally ready. So yeah,
You were ready.
I got
Ready to
that
go.
all set up. I'm excited. Yeah, I've been watching. Did you see the quartering when is like getting people thrown off YouTube now?
Is he?
Fallen so far, man. He's getting people like he got Kino Casino kicked off YouTube, not just demonetized, kicked off the platform. Because they were talking about his bull, So,
Wow.
because he's a cuck now. Do you know that? That's his thing
This
now.
will be
Is that he's,
$200,
oh my God!
Just as I promised. Screw YouTube and your cut of the profits. 100% to the computers and crack.
Whoa!
What just happened?
We just got a $200 super chat from Lisa B. Awful.
Wow. What? Are you
Yes,
kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Lisa.
Wow. What do I do? I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, we don't even know what to say. This is ridiculous. It's almost like you got to cut the music like
yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm like,
Wow.
do I have anything fun? Is this
man. Well, we've got a fun show lined up. Damn, that's for damn sure.
Wow.
Holy shit. Well, thank you very much, Lisa. We got nothing for that.
What we need to do is I need to figure out like a video clip or something that'll play automatically when something happens over $100 or something.
I do love how it blared into the speakers. That's for damn sure.
I did make it so it was extra
demands
loud.
that sort of attention. Yeah.
I went in manually and I said that anything over $100 is like extra loud. So
wow.
But
Wow, thank you very much. So very much appreciated. Holy cow.
That's insane. That's
damn.
Insane. Thank you so much, Lisa B.
And we actually, you know what? Thank you so much because we put a lot of work into the show and hopefully it comes off nice and smooth and at least we have a good time having fun.
Awful. That was a tip. That wasn't a super chat.
Wow.
So
wow. I've got it with a tear in my eye. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Catching my
you
breath.
Pay for my child support there, Lisa. I mean, holy cow.
That's
amazing.
We were just talking before the show. We were just talking about how man, I hope that money comes in soon because we gotta get computers fixed up. It took me 20 minutes to boot up my computer today, and this is seriously, I could probably do it on this next check. We can probably get them off the next check. So wow, thank you so much, Lisa B.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I guess I feel bad about this kind of, but before the show, we actually got another super chat. So let's bring that one up real quick too.
Sure. What do you mean feel bad?
He succeeded. He was successful in just using his mouth to get the man off.
Ed Ewan ** super chatted $4.99. I'm ready for WrestleMania. Is anybody ready for Dynasty? McAfee needs to go away.
Okay, I see what happened there.
Yeah, I see what happened there. Thank you so
McAfee
much,
and then
Ewan.
you.
Holy shit. Thank you very much, my man. Yeah.
Thank you, Ewan Cumia. Lisa, in solidarity with your $200, we're going to go deep into Ewan Cumia's super chat.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess the question remains: are you ready for WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready for WrestleMania. I mean,
okay.
I think that besides the Pat McAfee stuff and the Rhea stuff I'm not really into, but besides that, I think they've done a fairly good job of almost everything on the okay, like some of the stuff this isn't for me. Like I don't care about the women's tag match, but I'm sure anyone who really cares about the women's tag division is going to really enjoy that.
Shout out,
you know
Evil
what I mean?
Dose.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. And
Counselor, wherever you are.
But I every other match on the card I'm kind of into. The Pat McAfee stuff though, man. It's so bad.
Let's talk about it. Holy cow.
So bad. It's just
what yeah, tell us your thoughts.
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same issue I had with heel John Cena. It's the exact same issue I had with The Rock from a couple years ago. If you go and listen to my thoughts about either of those things, it's going to sound repetitive. But WWE, the writing in WWE has a standout voice. It has there is a voice to the product. There's a narrative voice, I think is the correct term to use there. And when you change up that narrative voice for one person or one storyline, it really just throws the whole flow of the show off, in my opinion.
Are you dancing around the campfire and saying like there are times, especially with the examples that you presented, they're shoehorned in to the story?
Kind of, yeah. Also, it does feel like it's not being written either by the same people or that it's being written by the same people, but they're being directed to write in a different way. It feels like people who aren't cynical trying to write something cynical. That's what it feels like to me, right? It feels like if it's, you know what it feels, it's like when Vince McMahon tried to do ECW. Like
just a complete departure from everything ECW. Right. A stripped down version.
It's just like, okay, so he's giving people the finger and he used the F word and he calls everybody marks and he mentions the IWC, and it's like, okay, well, first off, I don't want the IWC to ever be mentioned in WWE, ever.
How about just in wrestling in general?
If indie companies want to do that, I get it. I understand it at that level because that's who you're mainly attracting, right?
Right.
So sure. I get it on it. Like if GCW does it, fine. I get it. You can do that all you want. But when you're WWE, you shouldn't be talking about it's literally like tens of thousands of people that go online and talk about wrestling on the internet. It's not as many as some people seem to think it is.
Right.
And I don't know. There's a reason why you can probably count every wrestling Twitter account that's not somebody actually in the business. You can probably count everyone you know in about 10 minutes, right? Like there's not a ton of them. It's not like baseball or football or something where there's just hundreds of thousands of counts that do that, you know? So yeah, I just don't think it's worthwhile to mention it. I think that having Pat McAfee be the one, like, why would you have the heel be the one that lowers ticket prices? What sense does that make at all? That does it
very AEW.
It is. It's
now,
very, yeah.
I got to be real. I mean, I did not see the promo. I actually have seen a little bit of it. And what we were talking about before the show, I was just like, I will say this for Pat McAfee, he has the crowd unglued. Like they really hate him. And you had mentioned it was X-Pac heat.
That's what it feels like to me. And I mean, okay, there's two people in the chat that are like, I think it's great. And if you think it's great, great. I'm happy that you do. But to me, it's just not what I want. It's not, I don't want that from WWE. If Pat McAfee were going to come in and just I don't want Pat McAfee involved at all. Unless I don't know what I want.
Do you want Pat McAfee to have some sort of different type of promo set? Like, should he be talking about something other than what he's talking about? Like maybe if he was just a generic heel.
First off,
not really.
I don't think Randy and Cody need it at all.
No, we know they didn't need it.
Right.
But it seems like a little bit too much, icing on the cake. And it's just like they're overdoing it. But it almost feels to me like,
right? It's a hat.
Yeah, a hat on a hat. Shout out Jim Cornette. But yeah, I mean, I've watched part of the promo again, and all the way up to the part where Cody Rhodes came in, and yeah, I mean, again, the crowd was into it. A lot of people online, at least a lot of people on my timeline, poo-pooed all over this segment. I'm curious, really what made it so terrible?
Because when Pat McAfee does a promo, it's a lot of yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you all suck. Yeah.
He reminds me of Shane McMahon.
You got that's very similar. Very similar. I was just like, he's got the Shane McMahon energy, just without fucking blowing up in mid promo. Okay, so Walrad says if he wasn't there right now, I think we'd just be complaining about the lack of storyline or what. I wouldn't. I think I wouldn't. Awful. Now there probably would be. There are people that just like to complain, and I give you that 100%. We're two of them. I don't like to complain. You like to complain. I don't like to complain. I think that I said it before the show. I think Pat McAfee, if they would have brought him in and done this exact same character with LA Knight and had him be like LA Knight turn heel and have LA Knight be like the guy trying to bring back the Attitude Era and Pat McAfee supporting him, I think that'd be totally fine. I have no problem with that. But because also another point about that would be that he wouldn't be dominating shows the way he is. They wouldn't give him 10 minutes like they gave him last night. He's just, there's too much of him. He's obviously they're letting him go in there and talk off the cuff, and he's not good off the cuff as a character. Yeah. I like him as an announcer. I really do. And so I don't want anyone to think this is because I don't like Pat McAfee. I like Pat McAfee. Here's a line that he should have probably never said. Sunday night, WrestleMania, ass. Yeah. Like what? Yeah. Don't say that, pal. No, I mean, goddamn. You don't say tickets are too expensive. You don't bury your company. You don't mention the IEW. There's a lot of things that I just don't think that unless you're going to turn up bloody at WrestleMania. Right. And I mean, he might, and it may happen. But yeah, it even if he does, like, I don't know. I doubt he will, because now they have a thing on there where if Randy Orton loses, Pat McAfee's never going to be in WWE again, and he's supposed to have a match at Backlash. So you can't turn around that fast and have him there. So I think Orton's going to win. That's another thing, is that they kind of gave away the end of the storyline. They kind of gave away the finish to the main event. We'll see. WWE is full of surprises. There's always Ted DiBiase Jr. There is. I still hope it's Ted. I would much rather Ted DiBiase. Tell me now if it's better now. Like, see, in the time that they had Pat McAfee, blowing his chops about what a rat city San Jose was, you could have had a whole story of Ted DiBiase spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, who is this guy? If anybody didn't boo or cheer him at his return to the WWE, I mean, that's where you could have had something happen. Obviously, listen, I will say this: it got fucking people talking. Like, the whole timeline, and a lot of people on social media are really buzzing about this shit. Of course, I'm not totally in the loop, but it is entertaining to watch people lose their shit over this Pat McAfee thing. And I think it does definitely appeal to part of the audience who likes the breaking of the fourth wall and likes when they bring in that. That's just not me. I'm not that. I've never liked that. I watch wrestling to escape, right? That's the thing. It's like, I want an escape from the real world. So just, I don't want to be reminded of, junkie and elite rockers while I'm watching WWE. Like, let me watch WWE and let me keep that crap separate from it. Right. So this whole like pushing it, it's very TKO. It's very rock edgy. It's very Brian Gewirtz. It's very, that era, and I just don't like. I didn't like it when Brian Gewirtz was the head writer for WWE at all. That wasn't my cup of tea either. I'm not a big fan of the Attitude Era.
This is eternal struggle.
Yeah, I don't
like struggling to become a casual again.
The
wrestling mark who knew too much.
I didn't like the Attitude Era. I'm in such a minority there. But like, I didn't really like that Attitude Era while it was happening. I was like, I preferred WCW at the time. Yeah, I was more of an NWO guy.
Me and my roommate at the time, we just loved flipping the channels back and forth and seeing what
I mean, I watched both.
One company was doing versus the other.
Yeah, I
don't think we really had a preference.
It was my first time. Well, I mean, I think my preference was probably ECW.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if I had to pick one of them, but that's because I was like, edgy. I was an edgelord 15-year-old kid. And that might be another problem too. I might just be too old for it. Like Pat McAfee looks so old when he's out there doing that stuff. It's just like, you're a grown man. What are you doing?
Maybe have I Show Speed do all of this.
Okay. You know what? I Show Speed. Let's go the other route. I think I Show Speed is great. I think he is great in his role. I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Would he have been great in this role?
No.
Interesting.
I don't think anyone would.
Nobody would have been great in this role. This role is shoehorned. Yeah.
It shouldn't exist. Right. Yeah. Like, I'd have rather seen Bob Orton being, with Randy or something like that. Like, it feels very shoehorned, very thrown together, and very not in line with it. Even Jelly Roll. That's the only, like, when I look at people that are like Jimmy Cordero said, I can't wait until WrestleMania is over so we can get rid of these celebrities. First off, that's not going to happen. For Yachty's great. No one is complaining about Yachty, and rightfully so.
He's playing a bit part, a hype man for Trick Williams.
And I didn't know Trick Williams needed a hype man until Little Yachty showed up, and he's killing it. Yachty's fine. Jelly Roll, excuse me. I think it was funny, like Jelly Roll, I saw a post where they were talking about how Jelly Roll walked in to that scene at the beginning when Cody Rhodes came in, and everyone in the world was just groaned. But then Jelly Roll talked, and you're like, hey, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, no, he's right. Because Jelly Roll was just like, this is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Why do we need any of this? It's Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. We don't need Pat McAfee. We don't need me. Just do it felt like it was Triple H like writing what he wanted to say and giving it to Jelly Roll because no one's going to tell Jelly Roll not to say something. You know what I mean? Like Jelly Roll can't get in trouble.
That's my question. Is this all a work? Is there truly like some sort of turmoil behind the scenes? Because this like week by week, it's starting to become more and more of like a work. It's just like, okay, we got him. Now let's really tell our story.
I think it is Triple H and crew turning, they're polishing a turd, right? I think Pat McAfee is given direction outside of what they tell him to do, and he's going to do it.
I engage in the art of professional wrestling. You don't.
At UN ** super chatted $4.99. It hurts that McAfee is grey as a mule. It makes him look older than he really is. And it hurts Tandy too.
It doesn't help. Absolutely doesn't help that he looks very old. Thank you, Ewan Gumia.
You think he looks old? I didn't.
He's got that
didn't come
neck.
across to me.
He's kind of got a little turkey neck going, and Pat McAfee looks like he'd look all right with a beard. It might be time for him to start thinking about growing a beard.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Ewan.
And maybe dye his hair. I don't know. I'm never one for. I'm not one.
Isn't it too late for all that? Like his look is the silver,
right?
Haired. So,
and like I said, I'm typically not one for dyeing hair, but on the other, but I got lucky. Like I have that cool gray streak right in front. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't have to worry about dyeing my hair. But so maybe it's the same thing where I'm always like, I don't understand why guys are get upset when they go bald. But I say that with a full head of hair that I'm going to have till I'm 90 years old, so it's very easy for me to say that. But I don't know. Like I said, I think that is it a work? I think that it is a work. It is a shoot. It is a work where there are elements of real issues bleeding in. I do think that there are issues between TKO and WWE because there always are. You can't have a parent company over a smaller company and not have some kind of issues between them. That's unrealistic to think you can do that. Because excuse me, because no matter how successful the child company is, the parent company, if they're really successful, the parent company is going to want to meddle and take credit for it. And if they're not successful, the parent company is going to want to meddle and make it better. There's always going to be a push and pull between corporate and creative. So I think that there are problems, and I think that it's very telling about the people who are allowed to say things. CM Punk being the one who went out and really spoke against Pat, or Cody being the one, or Jelly Roll. These are people who aren't going to get fired, right? If Matt Cardona
corporate bullhorns,
right? If Matt Cardona came out and said the same thing, TKO would say the minnow thing, get rid of him.
At CM54 1975 super chatted $5. Got to watch that hair dye. Too much, you become Meltzer.
Yeah, yep, that's true. Meltzer is a bad dye job too.
A terrible dye job,
like a Rudy Giuliani dye job.
But
thank you very much, CM, for that super chat. We appreciate it.
What the fuck? Yes, thank you very much, sir.
So, do we want to continue on this, or
now we can move along? You know.
All right, 44 people in the chat. We know you got a lot of things you could be watching, so we appreciate you all being here with us right now.
Damn right.
You've been hearing the Interrupt Us 5,000. Every time you donate, we get interrupted, whether we like it or not, and you get a nice little soundbite to go with that. So, that's what you can do if we are talking about something and you want us to shut up. But speaking of things that we're going to be talking about, and you probably wanting us to shut up, this is Awful's baby here.
Is it
the Wrestle Collective?
Oh,
I'm not you want to set this up, Awful?
Sure. So, our boys at the Wrestle Collective have, I guess, sub podcasts, and one of them is this podcast called Wrestling with Tism.
Oh, is that what this is? Oh no.
Wrestling with Tism.
Okay.
I did not gather the gentlemen's names, so I call the one, the one with the wacky shirt. I call him Captain Wacky Shirt.
I've seen him before.
Yeah,
Beard has posted stuff from him before. I've seen him.
Okay. The gentleman on the far right, I call him Thin Beard. He's got that nice thin beard, and I want to call the gentleman in the middle a James Bond villain. You'll see why in a second. But
I was gonna call him Q from Impractical Joker.
Yeah, you could call him Q, Dirt Beard, whatever. However you want to call it. But yeah, so they've got a show, and they go on every week. It's on the Wrestle Collective network. For those that want to subscribe there, and they talk about in this particular podcast episode, they were talking about tribalism in wrestling. And one of the things that they talk about is AEW not being leveraged. Have you heard that saying before?
Oh, Awful! Oh, I'm sorry, Awful. I just got
Beard.
The soundbite that we got right before this, the one that said, I engage in the art of professional wrestling. You don't. That was the guy on the left.
Oh,
that's where we got that soundbite.
Wow.
So there you go.
See that? Symbiotic.
It is.
What a relationship. There you go. Goes full. Wacky Shirt has now been spotted. So,
real quick to also, obviously, this is about these guys are autistic. Apparently, we have no.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's saying wrestling with tism. That's usually what that means. And we have no interest in. I'm probably autistic. I have an autistic. Like, we have no interest in making fun of them for that. So we're going to make fun of them for their opinions and them being general weirdos, but not.
Maybe their possible looks.
Or maybe we'll agree with them.
I can't call it.
We don't know.
This is speaking for himself.
maybe we'll agree with them. I don't know. Maybe we'll think that these guys are on point. We'll have to find out.
But in this first clip, the Wrestle Collective takes a little offense at a tweet that a certain agent said about leverage. The gentleman in the middle, his name is Took Timbo. Took Timbo. Yeah,
I hate that guy.
There you go, right there. Took Timbo, popularly known as Took Timbo on X, tells us how he thinks about AEW as leverage in the grand scheme. But in order to make this assessment he makes, Timbo has got to annex the agent's tweet. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Okay. Because if he doesn't, the point he makes is quite silly. You can hit play.
Should I kill the music? I'll kill the music here for a while,
if you'd like.
We'll just lower it. We'll get there. All right, sure. Here we go.
I'm not gonna bring up anyone's names, but I did see something from somebody that we're all familiar with just recently, who said that AEW is not leverage for talent, and I thought,
no. Let's be very clear. All of these edits are awful.
Yes,
these guys did not put this kind of effort in this, especially that parrot Bob's Burgers character on the left.
Oh yeah, this
he looks
guy.
like Tina Belcher in it. All right.
Yeah. Hey, this is his shirt alone is worth a podcast.
Okay, we gotta listen to this now.
White van in the garage.
I'm not gonna call him Q in the middle anymore. Took. We just call him Took, and we got Combat over here. But
like I said, I call him evil Bond villain.
Man, he looks so angry. He hates Nicola Piccolo. He hates that man.
He's got quite a few things to say. But you'll notice he had to annex Nicola Piccolo's tweet. All Nicola Piccolo said was AEW isn't leverage. And then he goes to talent. And that's where he frames his argument. Go ahead.
Why does Took look like he's saying, I don't want to play with you guys anyway?
Took looks like he could, like he sits at the end of a bar in some foreign land.
All right, here we go.
Well, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but if you're trying to convince me that having a company that is an alternative, that is able, where they've not had this before for the longest time, able to pay WWE level money, and sometimes more. If you're telling me that doesn't give talent leverage in negotiating,
that's the whole point, bro. It's like, what are you talking about?
That's totally out of context. He wasn't talking about the talent having leverage. He was talking about like TV deals and
right.
Yeah,
they're going to hang their hat on this whole argument.
They go on for about this for how long? This is ridiculous.
No. These clips are very quick. Listen, I tried to do my best, people. I tried to. I was mining for gold. I think I've got some nice zirconium.
Dude,
we'll see.
Okay, guys, Took. Let me give you a little tip here, because we're gonna be like Coach and Bro, where they go, we don't. Which, by the way, I hate this. Remember, I listened to that podcast 4 times, and Coach repeatedly says, "We don't give criticism without giving solutions." So
I'll give a solution there, Dis.
Yeah. So here's a quick one. I dig the hat, actually. I like those hats, but that my wrestling hat is a hat like that.
Right.
But don't use AirPods for a podcast, buddy. That's you get a real microphone and get a headset, especially if you're gonna go on cam. Like,
right.
Look the part, man. Why is it that when Coach
wipe the Vaseline off your camera?
Coach says we offer when I offer solutions, people are like, stop fantasy booking this. Why does that happen? Anyway, I'm confused.
An alternative that is able, where they've not had this before for the longest time, able to pay WWE level money, and sometimes more. If you're telling me that doesn't give talent leverage in negotiation, I don't know what you're smoking, because of course it does. If you've got a company that says, "Hey, not happy over there, come speak to me. Let's talk turkey."
Oh, I hate him so
and
much.
offers you like a
Punch
nice
him in his
bag.
face. Did you? Oh, I hate British people. Did you see that? I don't hate all British, but look at this. I hate this part. This part here. There's a little motion.
I don't know what you're smoking, because of course it does. If you've got a company that says, "Hey, not happy over there, come speak to me. Let's talk turkey," and
come over here.
offers you.
Come over here. Speak to me. And then
I got some knickknacks for you.
Looks over his shoulder. He's got that smug. I just hate smug people. And British people, not all British people sound smug, but the ones that do sound smug sound more smug than anyone else on earth.
You don't like his extra from Peaky Blinders hat?
I like his hat. Okay. I said that.
Okay.
Actually, I don't like. I normally, because I have a hat like that. Mine's not a solid color, and I only break it out for wrestling. But you gotta know how to wear it. It's a British thing. I get it. It's probably less cool there because like everyone does it. But like here, I'm cool because I wear one every once in a while.
I got me a British hat.
Like a nice bag to go over.
Yeah.
And you're not too sure if you want to go. So you go back to your bosses and say, "Hey, look, my contract's coming up. There's interest. Do you want me?"
Okay.
Yeah.
So my favorite is the guy on the right. He hasn't said a word, I don't think, so far.
Oh yeah. He may have the best background.
Yeah. He's probably. He's the second best looking on the show, I guess.
Oh, okay. Next to the title.
I don't know. I'm trying to find positives here, man.
Okay. See, that's the whole thing. This red wrestling with Tism is just like, I gotta take it easy on all these kids. Anyway.
Well, I'm not going to be like, there are a lot of podcasts that will immediately go after one thing, and so far I've seen nothing that's autistic from any of this. So
yeah, well, I mean, some of these opinions are out there, but anyway, yeah, this next segment shows the panel getting into a discussion about people wanting a wrestling company to die.
Okay,
or
let's hear that.
Wanting to see it fail. And by the way,
it's not
Thinbeard
okay.
offers some profound axioms to those who want this sort of thing to happen.
Okay, now I'm glad he's getting to speak up for once.
To wish a company dead. That's why I've done everything I've said. Like I've gone after people, not to name names as well, no matter how big or small, for wanting that to be the case. Is like, or just saying, well, it should happen, right? There's a person, people will say, well, somebody's going to die in an AEW ring.
Okay, guys, come on. Is this the hill you want to die on? Really? Like, do you want to start talking about MJF and what he is currently doing with TNA, or do you want to talk about, everything that AEW did for the first 2 years, where they were talking about how they want to destroy WWE, or how all the fans want all the AEW fans want WWE? Are we really gonna?
Vince Russo said last week that he and Tony Khan could demolish WWE or something.
Yeah, destroy WWE. Yeah. So it's the age old thing where it's like, it's bad to want a company to die if that company is AEW. I'm assuming that's his point here. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. There it goes.
Guarantee it. Guess what? Anybody can die in any wrestling ring. It's tribalism, things like that, trying to put that negative energy out there.
Okay, Beard, give us a super chat. Said Stone Cold Steve Autism.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, Beard. If it's under $5, by the way, actually tips under $5 will read aloud, and super chats under $5 won't read aloud. They'll cue a soundbite, but they won't read aloud. So.
Beard should super chat 50 cents and still be heard.
I can't actually. I might
Something
be able
special
to do
for
that.
Beard.
I might be able to do that. Well, I'll look into it. But anyway, let's.
Well, it should happen.
13 cents.
Right.
Anyway, sorry.
there's a person, people will say, well, somebody's going to die in an AEW ring. I guarantee it. Guess what? Anybody can die in any wrestling ring.
Oh,
it's tribalistic things like that.
He looks at you like,
energy.
Don't you get it, dude? Like fucking duh, man. Like you keep focusing on this AEW shit. Anybody could die anywhere, man.
Yes, yeah. Anybody could die. Everyone dies. Thank you. Thank you.
Fucking potatoes.
Adona Sharp super chatted $5. Sorry I'm late. Please recap everything in slow, painful detail.
All right. We started off the show. We were about 2 minutes late, and then Lisa donated $200 freaking dollars to us.
200 goddamn beans.
So I'm going to take every opportunity I have to shout out Lisa again. So, but thank you, Regina. That's really about. Oh, I bitched about Pat McAfee, and everyone told me I was wrong. So that's the other thing that happened.
There's your recap.
There's your recap. Now we're watching autistic people talk about.
Somebody put that timestamp in the comments.
And apparently anyone can die. We've learned that. We've learned we've learned.
Anybody can die in any ring.
People will say, well, somebody's going to die in an AEW ring. I guarantee it. Guess what? Anybody can die in any wrestling ring. It's tribalistic things like that.
He thinks he got you. You know,
yeah.
He looks at he looks at the camera like, I mean, think about it. Think about it.
Guess what? Well, what is that? What are you going to say?
Anybody can die in any wrestling. Okay, actually, the statement's not true because you're saying he said anyone could die in any wrestling ring. I could not die in a New Japan wrestling ring. It can't happen.
No, you could break your neck.
Put that negative energy out there, and then when it happens, it's like, oh shit! Guess what? Anybody can die in any wrestling ring.
Don't put that energy into the world.
It's tribalistic things like that, trying to put that negative energy out there, and then when it happens, it's like, oh shit!
I study crystals,
and like, well, yeah.
Why is it tribalistic if we actually think it's true? Like AEW is factually
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Yes, you can die in an AEW ring, but in AEW you die with style.
True. That's true. See, you should
3 camera angles.
Yeah, you get over there and be on this show, Regina. You do better than these guys. Thank you, Regina.
You'll die with B-roll.
But him trying to frame it as tribalistic, that's one of the things that I really don't like about guys like this. It's that it's not tribalistic if you actually believe that. And everyone that I've talked to about this, I believe they believe that it's a dangerous style, and that people are there people that use it as a gotcha, probably, but I don't know anyone that does that. Everyone that I know watches AEW and goes, "Oh, somebody's gonna die," and they're not cheering it on,
right?
Let's get back to it.
Happy, like nobody wants that, really.
We know.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, Trips, he knows all about leverage. Okay, when a wrestler, I'm gonna just say Mariah May, Blake Monroe, right?
Okay, first off, let me have a chat with this guy here. Awful. What can you tell him to improve his setup? Because you've built with this before yourself, I believe.
I don't know. Maybe wear a better shirt, cooler looking shirt.
Don't use a gaming headset.
That too, yes, indeed. Holy shit! And turn your ceiling fan off. And
that helps. That helps.
Yeah.
Although if you have a good microphone, you can leave your fan on. That's see. You need to
do something with that top trim.
Oh, here we go.
Change your battery.
I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.
At Anthony 2545 super chatted $5. Yeah, but if you die in an AEW ring, you'll kick out at 2.
That's true. That's so true.
I love the this podcast feels like a writer's room half the time, where it's just like people throwing one-liners at us. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, let's hear about Mariah May's peaks.
Yep.
She hit her peak and this is not a knock to Mariah May whatsoever, Blake Monroe at
I
all.
love the
I'm
preface.
not criticizing the talent. She came in working under the greatest woman in that
But she's an ugly
division,
cunt.
next to Mercedes.
Yep.
Only argument would be
gosh,
Mercedes.
shut up. First off, I'm not criticizing. How can you say you're not criticizing? Okay.
In San Francisco, I went downtown looking for a woman. I couldn't find no woman. I found a lot of men that look like women.
Etona Sharp super chatted $5. He needs it. It's his
Another
only
one after
fan,
this, too.
guys.
And when we come to Philadelphia this time, there's going to be no mistaking what's going to happen. I'm going to come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. No baby doll at your side. Nobody to run distractions for you. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
At CM541975 super chatted $5. Reason why AEW fans complain about the 40 years old wrestlers in WWE is cause they know that their style none will make to 40 in wrestler shape.
Oh,
Thank you, Regina and CM.
Yeah, really, a funny yet valid point, like and poignant.
Also, it's hypocritical because they just brought back Jericho, Lashley, Kenny Omega, Shelton Benjamin, Edge, Christian. So, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense in the first place. Okay, Wrestling Fish, according to Neckbeard, is the greasy man on the left.
Okay. Gotcha.
The man who said, I'm not criticizing, but here's a criticism.
Oh, yeah.
About this person.
Listen, bro, this guy, I call him Wacky Shirt again. At some points, I'm going to call him Lord Wacky Shirt. You'll see why.
Okay.
Because he is so domineering. I don't know what kind of pictures he's got on these other two, but there are two instances where they interrupt him. And the results are, the reaction is hilarious. But
we asked on Tuesday what the difference between good faith and bad faith criticism is. And apparently good faith criticism means I'm going to ramble on for 3 minutes about how I'm not criticizing this person and then criticize them. I guess that's what good faith criticism is.
Very indirect, very passive aggressive. And also he's going to lay the framework. This gentleman right here, I believe he is a, he delves into conspiracy theories quite a lot. That's what I believe.
Oh, we can get along.
Mr.
Maybe
Wacky
we should
Shirt.
hang out. Maybe we should hang out then.
Mr. No Beard.
Not to Mariah May whatsoever, Blake Monroe at all. I'm not criticizing the talent. She came in working under the greatest woman in that division, next to Mercedes.
Yep.
Tony Storm he's claiming Tony Storm's the best.
Certainly is.
Besides Mercedes
the greatest.
Okay.
In that company. I mean,
okay. Whatever.
I like Thunder Rosa.
I like Thunder Rosa. I think Thunder Rosa is a much better wrestler.
Serena Deeb is, fantastic.
Athena.
They never show her. Athena's great.
Oh, you guys are on fire tonight.
Etona Sharp super chatted $5. These gentlemen are a prime argument for PNG avatars.
Right. I said it. How many times do I say that? Thank you, Regina. How many times do I say that? Like, you don't need to be on cam, guys.
True. We are living examples of that shit. Listen, we don't need to be seen on cam. You don't need to see our wacky ass faces.
Nobody wants to see us. Nobody's coming here to look at this and awful. Okay.
You said it all. You said it all.
So, but thank you very much, Regina, for that. But yeah, like you said, Athena, Willow, I think is probably more talented than Tony Storm. I'd say that
probably works better. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking specifically that. Yeah. Cause he's saying that's what he's talking about. He's saying the best worker,
but he's ultimately using Mariah May as an example of, AEW being leverage.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if Mariah May used AEW as leverage to get the NXT.
I think she took a pay cut actually.
Yeah, I think so.
And *** super chatted $4.99. The man on the left looks creepier than Jared from Subway. And Blake Monroe is both better than the rest of the AEW women and prettier.
Definitely better than the two that he mentioned. I would say.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Ewan. It was awesome.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. All right, let's get back to this.
Argument would be Mercedes at that point, right? So she came in, did everything that she was going to do. She became the world champion and wrestled probably the greatest women's wrestling match, the greatest women's wrestling story I've ever seen.
Yep.
There's no
Really?
Jesus. Yep. You heard right. That gentleman right there, Mr. Wacky Shirt, said the Mariah May. I wonder if he's talking about the bloodbath that Tony Storm and Mariah May had.
If they are, if he is, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker did it better. Just
hell, Statlander and Willow did it better.
Statlander and Willow did it better. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're talking some garbage bullshit wrestling. Yeah, Tony Storm versus Mariah May. No. Something was taken away from that match.
The greatest woman's storyline in match he's ever seen.
Yeah.
Did he just these sound like people who haven't seen
he's on record now.
AEW. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And this is why, and I hate to say it, and I don't really like to take it here, but there's not a lot of people subscribing to this channel. There's not a lot of people watching this channel. I'm not going to mention numbers or anything like that. But the fact is, just like, it seems to me that a lot of pro AEW accounts don't get a lot of people following because you get this type of maudlin, middle of the road, no personality, no humor.
Everyone's a host.
Everyone's got to fucking host this goddamn thing.
Right. Everyone's a host. Everyone. And
they have to be more knowledgeable than the next guy.
Right. And all it is, and that's why I think that we make it a point. I know that it makes some of our listeners uncomfortable when we disagree, but I make it a point that if we honestly disagree, we will disagree on air, because there's nothing more boring than a show where everyone's like, yep, I agree. Yep. Good point. Good point. Yeah. It's ridiculous. You gotta have some conflict. You gotta show that you're not just hive mind, and that's all this. Wait till you see, man. I can't wait. So I have that clip from NICEBEARD stuff later that you're gonna love that clip.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You're gonna love it.
I saw him without his hat off.
We gotta look into more stuff next week, but we'll show you specific. Yeah, okay, there you go. Anthony J in the chat. Awesome Kong and Gail Kim. Period. Case closed.
There you go. That's a great one.
You can't. It doesn't. Nothing that AEW has done has even gotten close to that feud. So.
Wow.
For her to come back from them, she's done everything, right? So it's just like greener pastures. Okay, well, you talk about leverage. This is like, well, leverage is just the existence of another company.
There you go. Leverage for this gentleman. I was about to call him a fat fuck, but leverage for this gentleman is when a wrestling company exists. Anyway,
did really good for Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Yeah.
When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens.
At Captain47 super chatted $5. Who are these marks and why should I care? Also, Monday is my birthday. I turned 30.
Hey!
Tony Storm isn't the best in my lifetime. Her
Wow.
A55 is.
Thank you.
I know what A55 is.
And I'd say
That's a motor oil, isn't it?
I'd say there's better motor oil out there as well, in my opinion. But happy birthday, Captain JPS. Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I hope you have a great day on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to talk about genocide.
let me set this up real properly. Captain Wacky Shirt then goes into like a weird tangent about state-sponsored genocide.
Oh,
This I watched this 3 times. I had no clue what the point he was making.
Wait.
But I could tell you for sure that he definitely fucks
a little bit.
David Ick and Alex Jones.
All right. Let's listen.
Well, leverage is just the existence of another company.
Sorry, I went back too far.
You're all right.
All right.
A little bit.
There was a point where I did have a point basically where I was. It was just got long in the long in the tooth about it. But
yeah, sure.
The tribalism starts forming from like the top down, like the
like
really
Tony Khan,
sick
exactly,
fans.
yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Some of you are sickos, some of you are e-drones. Those fans see the behaviors of everybody up top, and it trickles down.
Yeah.
and they think it's okay to go out and be toxic and spread.
What are you talking about?
All
Who?
the propaganda for them.
Okay, wait. Okay. This is a very pro AEW podcast. We know that.
Yeah, but he's projecting.
What is? Yeah, exactly. Is he? What? Who in WWE is toxic publicly? Like who is he talking about? That is he? He thinks all of WWE is CM Punk, and he thinks CM Punk is exactly the same as he was when he left AEW. That's all I can imagine he means. I'm trying to. This is not centered. Oh, you have there's a black bar at the top. That's why. Okay. I kept thinking it was not. It was my fault. Okay, here we go. Back to the show.
And spread all the propaganda for them. They're effectively bots, and they're not aware that they're bots.
Well,
they are being
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
they are being effectively programmed by.
Okay. I'm in.
Same way that you would see any government do this. I said this for a long time. Like, there were governments.
He's an expert.
There were churches.
I know all about this, guys. I know.
Let him cook.
This is his lane. He's in. I'm down now. This is the first time I've been entertained so far. Let's keep going.
Committed genocides and atrocities for the type of loyalty that wrestling companies get.
Right? Yeah. It's
what?
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. The trickle down theory of WrestleNomics.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Regina. I'm blown away. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your super chat. I'm trying to piece this together in my head here. Hang on.
Well, I mean, it's real simple. In his world, the WWE commits genocide, and the type of loyalty that their fans give is akin to when the Turks got invaded.
Yeah, I'm going back. I'm going to just play here, and I want to hear exactly.
There were churches that committed genocides and atrocities for the type of loyalty that wrestling companies get.
Right? Yeah. It's gross.
I love how the other guy's just like, yeah.
They don't know how to come out of that.
Right there.
I guess so. Oh.
Yeah,
I guess when you really think about it, when you really put it in perspective, I guess so.
Can we get Wrestling Fish on our show? I want to talk to this man. I want to subscribe to his newsletter. Okay.
All right. So now they get a little cultish, if you ask me. Okay. The crew explains in this next clip their doctrine with a slight preamble of sorts, trying to get folks to look at wrestling differently in the long run. But they don't want you to worry about the ratings or meddling with different opinions on social media.
Oh, right. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Just enjoy what you like.
Something that happened during an AEW event. And I can't even remember what the match was, but whatever it was, somebody had wrote this comment about it,
trying to kiss
being dismissive to it, and it was copy pasted by about 10 other accounts.
The way he says copy pasted, just like get away from me, you scoundrel.
This is. Yeah, that's he. This is a problem. I will agree with him. There is a problem where
all disagrees with Peaky Blinders.
There will be groups of. I mean, I guess it's a problem. I don't care really. Groups of Twitter accounts will get into a group chat and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're gonna tweet this out." Okay, here we go.
Of professional wrestling. You don't.
Atona Sharp
it was him.
$5.
Yep.
Wrestling genocide or how I learned to stop worrying and love Tony Khan.
Yeah. Shout out Kubrick. Nice.
But yeah, no, it does happen. I've been in those group chats and I've left them. They do get together and they'll go like, "Hey guys, let's all tweet this out at 1:00 today," and then
please share.
Yeah,
please share.
It's not even please share. It's let's all tweet out the exact same thing, and we'll get the message across that we don't like Triple H or whatever. Right.
It's usually guys like this though. It's really rarely, never on like almost any other wrestling company. Fuck just WWE. Like, you only kind of see this type of behavior with AEW fans.
I mean, there was a little
on
bit of
social media.
There was a little bit of it during the Uzi stuff. Where
Sure, but that was,
and there's a little bit of that.
How long did that last?
I mean, it's gone now. Now we got Unpaid Critic who just makes everything up. But actually, you know what? I'm going to give a shout out here to a Twitter account because we kind of don't talk about Twitter very much. Brandon the Heel is a fantastic replacement for Heel Lucy, I believe.
Okay.
I think because he seems to be the new Heel Lucy. He's like in that lane, way better than Heel Lucy. He's not just posting images of Shawn Michaels dancing with CM Punk.
Shout out Brendan the Heel. Shout out Brendan the Heel. He's a little serious.
I like that.
He's a serious cat.
I like that though. I like that. I like him and Don Wayne are probably the accounts right now that I dig. So
photo, stain text. Right, that's organized trolling, right? Whether that was a Facebook group, right, whether it was bots, it doesn't matter at this point. But the simple fact is, it's the tactics that you use. And if you are sitting there just innocently being a fan of a product, whether that's you're on the AEW side or WWE side, but if you see that, even from one account, you don't pick up the fact that it's a lot of accounts repeating the same.
So you're retarded. Go ahead.
You're either going to get defensive if you're an AEW fan, or you're going to get supportive as a WWE fan.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, look what they're saying. So
really,
this is where the most and the worst parts of the tribal
what
argument.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about 6-year-olds that fucking possibly may read comprehensively some tweets online about AEW versus WWE. Like, I can't imagine anybody over the age of 13.
Hey,
George Captor super chatted $5. Are any of these three gentlemen allowed near schools?
The one on the right seems all right.
It's so funny because like they all look like they should be away from schools, but they all look like they drive school buses. How do you how do you do that?
Like I said, the one on the right, he seems fine.
Where you head to, governor?
I bet that if he hung out with us for like 15 minutes, he'd be like, you know what? AEW kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty bad, isn't it?
We could sway him in a second. Not the other two are stuck, but I think we could get the one on the right there. Anyway, back.
Bring him into our fold.
Yeah, let's
come hither, thin beard.
Bring him into our cult. We're gonna use.
We've got a few rules for you.
We're gonna use the brainwashing techniques that Wrestling Fish was talking about. We're gonna.
You ever heard of police state?
And the problem is, are we able, as a collective, as the three of us, as the group as a whole, are we able to stop this? No one's going to. I do think having these conversations and trying to just
he was so waiting. He was so waiting for his homie to be like, of course we can do something about it. And he was just like right there. And then he was just like, hell no. And he was like, right. Let me touch my thin beard. And
is the one on the right took? I thought the one in the middle was took. Is the one on the right?
Yeah, the one in the middle is took. Yes.
Okay,
the one in the middle is took.
Okay.
But it seems like the thin beard is like the hype man. And he was so in fact, he's given another chance to hype up Took Timbo's point.
He's giving him the Iggy. He's like, pitch it to me.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, he might have been raising his hand like, hold on. I want to put in my 2 cents.
I love it. And he's doing the beard like, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's what somebody who doesn't know what to do with their hands is doing.
Oh, yeah, of course. So he's got nothing to do but to point to his co-host on the other side of the world. Yeah.
Might just hopefully get some people to rethink their
there
strategy. It is not about.
Dude. Is that what he just did?
He might have.
Discuss what it might mean. Might just hopefully get some people to rethink their strategy. It is not about
he said that right
you
there.
having to like one company or the other. It's not that you can't, enjoy other things. That's not what it's about.
Mustache. I'm far more interested in that
guy. Who treats professional wrestling talk as if you're learning a lecture at Oxford? Like he's twirling his thin beard. The other guy is pondering up into the stars, wondering what if. Meanwhile, Dirtbeard over here in the middle is just like, what's he on?
Hey man, I don't know who George called you Thin Beard Rizzler. If that's your name, guy on the right, you kind of look like Chum Lee from Pawn Stars.
Hey, how about that?
I'm
gonna call him Chun Li.
We're gonna invite you. Come over here. Let's have a talk. Let's have a conversation. I think we could turn you. I think you got something in you.
We don't wear hats in this establishment, by the way, gentlemen.
And you don't have to get on cam if you're on our show. You can come on. We don't.
Yeah,
need
really.
You on yeah.
You can wear whatever shitty shirts that you want. The guy in the middle looks like he worked all day in that shirt. It was just like, fuck it.
But he didn't. He spent $40 on it, and it looked exactly like that when he bought it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what actually
the stonewashed shit look. Anyway.
Oh, Chum Lee, I like him.
JW, good for you. And if you want to watch both products, great. And if you don't want to watch those products and you want to watch something else, also great. But there's a difference between supporting something and trying to show your fandom off to something and trying to actually kick another one down, want to eradicate it, hoping for its demise by talking about ratings and ticket sales and any other kind of metric.
Why isn't it talking about ratings and ticket sales means that we want okay, awful. Yes, you do want them to go away. But but why is it that it's okay? So does Brandon Thurston want every wrestling company to die? Does Dave Meltzer want every wrestling company to die? Like, come on.
Yeah,
guys.
It makes no sense. And more so than that,
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you.
I hope I don't forget my point.
I'm coming hard.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. AEWFUL please. The prophecies are pontificating the imponderables vis-a-vis wrestling ethics and philosophy. Or as we call it, shoveling bullpocky.
Word salad. Thank you, Honor.
Was that like inward, please? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
She could have used it. Might have been fitting for that time. Oh, what I was saying was, goddamn, what was I saying?
I had just talked about how I don't think that talking about ratings means that.
Oh yeah.
A wrestling
so you want to exclude a populace of people, maybe a small number, maybe a big number of people who are interested in that sort of thing. It sounds like you're gatekeeping. It sounds like you're not trying to expand on the fandom of professional wrestling, but trying to like really make it exclusive. We don't care if you talk. We don't really appreciate you talking about ratings around us. And then he's going to go into box office numbers. And here's the thing that always fucking trips me out about these arguments is that it's just like you like what you like. But if you like what you like and it's not seen by a lot of people, you won't like it for very long because it won't be on the air for very long. So it's just like you kind of want something to grow so that you can enjoy it and other people can enjoy it too. That's just me.
For people who don't like to be told how to enjoy something, they sure like telling other people how to enjoy things.
Dude, all throughout the podcast, by the way.
As we said earlier, makes no difference to you, me, or the guy next door. And again, I've made this argument before. Look at box office numbers. Mm-hmm. If a film is very successful,
he loves pointing, by the way.
Financially, I can tell. Doesn't mean necessarily it's great. Look how much money the Avatar films make.
It literally does. I'm sorry. I've used this argument before. It's really the only objective way to determine quality.
Right.
Like you can say that a movie that made money is bad in your opinion, but objectively, if it made money, it's not because a movie is a product.
Right.
So I don't know. That's. You can sit here and debate quality and if you liked it all you want, but when, like I said, when you're objectively saying if something is good or bad, the only way you can do it is based on how successful it is.
Right.
So, at least that's in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You can also
I
enjoy a
did what
film
he did. That was the whole point, by the way.
that didn't do very well at the box office, but doesn't mean it's a bad film.
No.
It just means it didn't find an audience.
That's right. It didn't find a fucking audience because it was bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't do a lot of word. I'll tell you what, if the word of mouth had gone out like this shit sucks. Yeah, that you don't want that to happen in anything that you do.
The only reason that like we have that determination is because the people who love film enough to want to make a career out of criticizing it have a very specific taste in film. It's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with wrestling. And by the way, what he's complaining about really is just fans having voices, right? Because if the journalists had all the voice, then AEW would be an overwhelming success.
Oh yeah.
You know,
see, they don't want a difference of opinion. They don't want a cornucopia of opinions in their sphere. They want people who don't ask questions. They want people who, in fact, a wacky shirt up above there. He says something that's very funny. Like he gives a motto, he gives a creed towards the end of this podcast, and he demands your attention. Because not only does he tell us wrestling fans that we need to create our own doctrine with a mission statement already formulated, he'll tell us he learned this new way and how much it resonated with old wacky shirt. Let's take a look.
Before we get into that, 55 people in the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. A lot of stuff you could be doing right now, but you're hanging out with us. If you want to show us your appreciation or ask a question or make a joke, you drop a super chat. You will interrupt us no matter what. So make sure.
Speaking of interruptions, my friend,
yes,
there's another great interruption in this.
I see somebody else came in here too. There's a fourth. There's a fourth member of the collective.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
She is. Yeah, no, she is a non.
Ooh, it's a lady.
In this yeah, it is a lady.
I went downtown looking for a woman.
Off cam too.
I found a lot of men that look like women.
Etona Sharp super chatted $5. Everyone has the rights to theirs opinions so long as it's the ones we give them.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how they're operating. It seems like.
Is it Rhonda? Anyway, well, let's go.
I'm not sure who it is. I didn't pay that much attention. But, yeah.
To judge Game Changer way too harshly for someone who maybe watched one show a year.
Some Lee suddenly become the Beastie Boys down there.
I don't know. How did that happen?
Is this the same episode?
Yes, the same episode. They invited some lady on. She had nothing much to really add to the show.
It's like somebody's like, oh crap, it's a woman. Okay, I gotta the fisheye lens will make me look skinnier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that what you put it in landscape mode as well? I want you to see my whole room.
It's the only good thing I have.
I used to judge Game Changer way too harshly for someone who maybe watched one show a year, if that, right? And then I started watching Game Changer Wrestling every week with James here, relatively speaking. We don't catch it every show, but we catch most of them, right? And GCW is one of those deathmatch companies, mud shows, that get a lot of shit on for just putting on their own product. Like, not all of it is deathmatch wrestling. In fact, I watch it for the death matches, right? There's some weeks because some state.
I guess my thing is,
commissions
does this dummy
or local?
Does this dummy think like if you don't like Game Changer Wrestling, or if you shit on it, like it doesn't deserve to be shit on because it's its own thing? Again, like your opinion is different than mine. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't watch Game Changer. I'm just going to be like, it sucks.
I'm so confused as to, he just said that he used to crap all over Game Changer Wrestling.
Right. I should have. Go ahead.
But then he said, I like the death matches. So what were you upset about? If you like death matches, like, why weren't you into Game Changer Wrestling then? I'm confused as to
how
he can have
he was essentially coerced into watching Game Changer Wrestling, and of course, over time, his opinion changed. And I think he does the same sort of comparison with TNA versus new TNA, and he gives quite an explanation on that shit too. It's all just wacky, ridiculous logic.
You claim that the woman is Jim Norton's wife.
Okay.
Man.
You're kind of okay. You busted up a little bit, but Jim
Norton's
wife is a
It's
husband
a man,
wife.
right?
You mean?
Isn't that the whole thing? Yeah, isn't that the whole thing about
Yeah.
Jim Norton, that he likes dudes?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe
it would fit
or
with the
even more
motif of the
local athletic
background.
conditions prevent those death matches from happening unless you're willing to pay the fine. Unless you're willing to, James, unless you're willing to pay the fine.
Yeah, you damn right.
He's the alpha.
I've got the floor.
Love that.
He called him out too. Called him out by his real name.
James.
James. You see, I'm speaking, don't you?
Ewan said that was a joke. Okay, thank you, Ewan. I'm not sure. I can't tell. There's no context in text.
The only way this works, right, is by spreading our own message, our own doctrine, our own creed, right? And that's leave this wrestling fandom better than how you found it.
Holy shit!
I heard that in like a WWE promo, like 10 years ago. Leave this place better than you found it. Right. And
they say it all the time. every time someone, like John Cena said it like a few months ago. Like, what are we talking about here?
Treat your wrestling company like a national forest, will you? Please pick up all your cigarette butts.
Yeah, he's just gonna speak in platitudes for the rest of the show now.
Oh yeah, they swear they are so goddamn deep and philosophical. I mean, you got Thin Beard with his finger on his fucking lips the whole goddamn time. And you've got the Wacky Beard over here, or Wacky Shirt. He's slowly reeling you into his cult-like behavior with his whole fucking doctrine going on here. He actually later on the last clip.
Eric in the chat. That isn't a WWE promo. That's just what they tell you when you go camping.
Yeah, exactly. He boils everything down to wrestling.
We have the funniest chat, I swear.
Yeah, this guy's full of fucking. He strikes me as somebody who's angry, to be quite honest. Like who's angry with how wrestling is and the fandoms behind it and the differing opinions. He hates the fact that he's not being heard, as we could see twice before when the man was interrupted. He just shuts down. You know what I mean? He's just like, yeah, okay.
James.
Yeah.
Is that I'm just now I'm just expecting to hear like, do you ever think that maybe like this is a dream and our dreams are real? You ever think that? You ever think about that?
Like, what if the squared circle is really a reflection of our lives? Like we go through 3 stages, like the 3 ropes.
I hate this man. I want Trump. I want James Lee down there. I want him to beat him up. That's what I want to see happen. Why do you get demoted?
That has stuck with me.
Do you know who he looked like right there, by the way, in that last one? Do you ever see the South Park where Cartman gets addicted to WoW?
No.
Okay, he looks exactly like that.
Wow. Look, holy cow.
the meme with Cartman where he's like way fatter than he normally is, and he's just drooling, and he has like, that's what he looks like. That's what he looks like.
And that has stuck with me. That has
he wants to
found
cry.
new life in what we do.
It's rejuvenated.
Wrestling fans as a whole need to have
the AEW has given his life new meaning.
Yeah.
That's what...
Leave the wrestling business as you found it. That is like, let's really examine that. That's the stupidest fucking horse shit I ever did hear. Leave the wrestling. Like, what control do you have over the wrestling business? The most you can do, motherfucker, is clean up after yourself at the fucking arena when you go to the show. Okay? Don't leave the popcorn under the seat. Don't leave your goddamn cigarette butts near the aisleways and all the dumb shit. Okay? That's what they mean. But he's like, like, what the fuck? It's just like,
you're a fan, dude.
Yeah,
it's so funny because like you hear wrestlers complain all the time. And I think it's ridiculous that wrestlers complain about this because you shouldn't complain about the people giving you money. Like you hear, like Russo, we were just talking about Russo, where he was talking about how like some of these fans not in the brotherhood, man, bro. They're not in the brotherhood, And it's like, okay, so I hear that and I go, oh, come on, dude, they're giving you money. And then I hear this dude and I'm like, he's not in the brotherhood. He shouldn't be saying that. I just, he proves points that I don't like being proven.
Here's his do's and don'ts.
Patience with stuff. The onus is on the fans at this point to not necessarily go around and spread TNA. Yeah, lol TNA. You know why I say lol
Finish
TNA?
this shit.
I was a TNA fan. I grew up a TNA fan. What TNA is today isn't my TNA. Is it legally TNA? Sure.
Wait, he grew up on TNA?
Yeah.
He looks like he's like 55 years old.
Like if he wears the beard, it comes in all gray and scraggly.
Yeah, like wow. That's a rough 30, man. I'm sorry, that's a rough 30.
You sure? I mean, looks like he works out. So,
but
what are you laughing for?
That's not the soul of the company that I used to love. And to the company that it is today, I wish them all the love and success of any wrestling promotion, be it. But TNA, my TNA exists in 2 locations: Maple Leaf Pro, Wrestling Revolver.
Oh gosh, of course.
Right? Those are
like,
where that's where I get it. So, anyways, don't comment on things if you don't watch the product.
My safety, my life.
Yeah, whatever.
Edwin ** super chatted $4.99. They speak like Ricochet if he was a fan.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. We don't need.
Yeah, mic drop.
Thank you. You and Kiyomi, let's get through these last 15 seconds, then I'll let you go off here.
If you don't comment things just off a 30-second clip that you watched one time of Kenny Omega wrestling a 9-year-old and making that your entire personality.
Oh yeah, that's a great point, guys. Yes.
There,
thank God someone.
I'm not gonna.
I'm so happy
I'm
after all this time that someone
name.
finally said it.
Yeah.
No,
Jesus.
Kenny Omega wrestled a 9-year-old. That's all you need to know, guys. Anyway.
What else? I mean, like, really, like, you can show that to anybody on planet Earth. They'll look at it and be like, I don't want to see his next match. So that's put out. This is why doing things like a fucking match with a 9-year-old child or a balloon or a pillow or a broom or whatever is bad for the wrestling business.
Yes. Absolutely.
They don't understand. Like, it's bad for the wrestling business. You're not really spreading the gospel of professional wrestling if you're going to keep showing, Joey Ryan and dildos. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. Anyway.
All right. We are getting to the part of the show now where, that was going to happen.
Tonight's show, War Talk.
Whoops. We're getting to the part of tonight's show where Awful is going to walk you through some tweets here, so we will get those going, and Awful will do that, and I'll get my kid to bed, and then we will. Oh, we got a little bit here. Hang on.
Fight inch for inch to get this, and I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very
much.
There you
go.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. My TNA exists only in my dreams at night, where Mare Seeds and Tony show me less than redacted greater than.
Thank you. All right, let's bring up these tweets here, and Awful, why don't you walk the crew through them?
Yeah, welcome to Awful Tweets. I get these aren't really my tweets, but Yeah, AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Average viewership 654,000 with their 18 to 49 going to 0.14. That's not 765 as they did last week. They lost 100,000 people. Like, what's going on? Oh, I'll tell you what it was. Fucking March Madness, goddammit. When you don't have a good lead-in, you don't have a good show. And if those numbers keep going down, the thing that you like, mostly AEW fans, won't be around for too much longer. So you might want to think about watching the show. Alfred Canoe, a good friend of the show, saying AEW's Dynamite's ratings the last 3 weeks, 765,000. I'm sure that was 2 weeks ago. 765,000 viewers. Last week was 730,000 viewers. I think that's what it says. Yep. 730,000 viewers. And this week, 654,000 viewers. So Chris Jericho not doing a motherfucking thing on screen, and neither is MJF. He's looking to three-peat, folks, as like ratings killer world champion. So be on the lookout for our boy there, MJF and AEW Dynamite. Our boy Neckbeardhausen, saying now we see why Vince Russo got friendly with Tony Khan, as it's revealed that Violent J speaks about his financial struggles behind the JCW events. Yeah, I would imagine so. You run your fucking show on a parking lot, you're going to get parking lot prices and sales. Like you run your show like a fucking vendor station at a festival. Like that's not how you do things. I'm kind of bullshitting. I don't really know how it's run, but they can't be making a lot of money. And of course, the insertion of Vince Russo, what made them think that was going to, bear any fruit? Anyway, Timbo, the gentleman that we saw in the middle of the podcast, David Benoit was at last night's AEW. Well, at Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite via his IG story. David Benoit can't catch a break, man. All the man wanted to do was watch some shitty professional wrestling and can't catch a break. Got a lot of bad publicity, got a lot of bad press behind this tweet, which is sad. I mean, for simply existing, there have been some real unkind tweets about our boy. One of them from Rossi here says, fuck this weirdo. This tweet, by the way, got 1.2 million views. So a lot of people really agree with that sentiment. They don't really, I guess it's got something to do with his dad doing something. Not really sure. I may have to ponder on that. But what do you think? I mean, does Dave Benoit really deserve this kind of backlash? I mean, all his dad did was become multiple-time world champion. Anyway, Wrestling Observer, Lance Storm having a quote saying, quote, if MJF thinks not letting TNA talent wrestle AEW talent on indie shows is taking food out of their mouths, I would say MJF saying don't support that company is also taking food out of their mouths. See, leave it to the Canadians to really get down and dirty with logic and facts. I don't know if you agree necessarily with Lance Storm and what his quote is, but it certainly is kind of accurate if you ask me. Anyway, WrestleMania ticket sales, night 1, 40,000 people. Night 2, even more at 42,000 people. This news comes to us from WrestleTix. That's 80,000 people, 82,000 people at a WrestleMania. I don't know. Sounds like a success to me. But who am I? What do you think? I mean, should they sell out both nights? Would that be considered a success for all the people in the IWC? I'm sure it would be definitely a success for TKO and all the shareholders there. Pat McAfee to CM Punk. See, I wish we could play these audio clips. But he says, quote, when that TKO merch check comes through, what account does it go to? Does it go to the needy wrestling families that can't afford WrestleMania tickets? Or I have a sneaking suspicion that money from the TKO merch account goes right into the bank account titled, I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia. Ooh. Shots fired by Pat McAfee. This just lets me know that this whole thing is like a very gigantic corporate work. Remember this one? Remember this tweet? We had to go to, back in time. Dave Meltzer. Mark and the N-word are both derogatory, both demeaning terms. Inside wrestling, Mark and the N-word both used similarly in that era. Just gonna let that sit there for a second. He believes Mark is the same as using the N-word. Boy, I tell you, leave it to the Jews to really tell us what they think of black people and all that. Way to go, Dave. This tweet lives in infamy. We've got John Cena out here.
You need to tell me in front of the
Sure.
WWE universe that you respect me.
At Maxed Out Media super chatted $5. I think this is awesome and handsome, and he's doing a great job with the TTW clips.
Jesus Christ. I would agree with you if it weren't you. Anyway, man gifted himself $5. Imagine that. John Cena's latest IG post says, "I'm retired, do it yourself." Veiled reference to TKO? We'll never know. Well, we'll probably know in the next Unreal. Anyway, per Body Slam, WWE has discussed the idea of doing a double turn with Sami Zayn and Trick Williams at WrestleMania due to Zayn having go-home heat and Williams getting louder and louder crowd reactions as the weeks go by. I don't know if this is news. I think I made a mistake in this tweet. Yeah, this is kind of like clickbaity opinion style type of editorializing, but I mean, they're kind of playing into it from what I saw on SmackDown. Sami Zayn's just like, "What'd I do? I didn't do nothing bad." Well, here's our boy Dis retweeting George Captor. George Captor saying, "I must say that I'm in 100% agreement with Jim Cornette that WWE should hire on Little Yachty as a full-time manager for Trick Williams." And of course, Dishausen saying, "Yes, this Yachty's a fantastic hype man, like Trick's own Flavor Flav." Boy, the few people that Dis knows is black people. I'll tell you, like he knows all famous black people. Flavor Flav, he'll be like Run DMC. He don't know who African Bambaataa is. I don't know why you'd want to anyway. Anyway, I thought this was a funny tweet comparing Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll to Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. And the tweet just simply says, "Chills." One day, I remember there was a tweet that went out maybe a few years back. I can't even tell you who tweeted it, but it was something along the effects of like Pootie Pie versus I Show Speed at like WrestleMania 43. And boy, oh boy, we're getting closer to that Overton window now more than ever. I don't really believe that. But there's our boy, Jimmy Corderas, former WWE ref. He says, "I can't wait till WrestleMania is over so all these celebrities can go away and we can hopefully get back to normal." Get back to normal. I love it. Where people were complaining about everybody but the celebrities. Cody's title reign being too long. He's too much of a baby face. Where the fuck is Bray Wyatt? Excuse me, not Bray Wyatt. What the fuck is the Wyatt Six doing? All those burning questions. So yeah, but I'll tell you what, WrestleMania is it's always that event that just you get excited for in the last like 2 days. Speaking of WrestleMania, Carmelo Hayes apparently has officially been snubbed from the WrestleMania 42 card. This is what he gets for being the best thing on SmackDown all year. Nasty work. Hey, listen, I'm sure he'll be at the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? And they might give him a pre-show match at WrestleMania. Who knows? Hey, man, they see metrics that we don't see. Carmelo Hayes may not be knocking them dead, as far as viewer retention. Speaking of viewer retention, AEW Dynasty happening Sunday? Really? Tomorrow? Okay. In Vancouver, British Columbia. There you are. Tickets distributed, 8,460. The current setups for 8,900 people. Total seats on the map. I wish I did the quick math. 17,000 people. That's half the arena. Come on, AEW. You got to do better, you know. And you're not moving tickets. 141 only moved since the last update, which was a day ago. And this, you know, I just had to throw this in there. I thought this was funny. Why don't you come down and tell everyone all about the ratings and ticket sales of that wrestling show you don't like? That was a tweet towards me, by the way. And I just want you to know, the person who tweeted, you hater, I do not have a white family. Okay? and my fucking attic is not located in my kitchen or anywhere near it, actually.
Africa Bambaataa died, by the way.
He certainly did, at 67.
And he was also a pervert, but we won't get into that.
It was a PDF file.
Yeah.
But there you are, the tweets for this week. And yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of news out there, a lot of opinions.
Quite a few.
Is Max in bed now?
He's laying in bed. I'm not sure he's actually going. I have to go yell at him when the show's over to make sure.
Hey, does he have a TV in his room, by the way?
He does, but he doesn't use TV. It's more about his tablet and his phone and all the other crap that he has. So I can't really, you know. Kids don't watch TV anymore, man. That's just the thing. They use it for video games, and that's it.
Yeah. Yep. That's about it.
I have to pull teeth to get him to watch TV with me now. So, besides,
it's only going to get worse, my friend.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn screens, you know. I'm one of those guys now. It's like, I do feel weird occasionally because when he's with my mom, she's always talking about like, oh, he's always on that tablet. Why is he always on that tablet? And it's like, yeah, but you want him to get off the tablet and watch TV with you, you know?
Right.
Watch
The Virginian.
Yeah, I don't know if that's all. Yeah, watch Blue Bloods. I don't know if that's all that much better.
Blue Bloods. Good Lord.
Old white people. That's what they watch.
In a personal way you never touched me before.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Yeah, no, I get that same reaction when I talk about the Boeing McDonnell Douglas merger.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much, Regina. Looks like we got another super chat there in the break. I won't bring that back up, though. Well, we can go through.
Yeah, we played it.
I know. I was sitting over. I'm in Max's bedroom waiting for him because he forgot his charger. So I'm sitting in the bedroom and I'm just like listening to you go on, and I'm just like, that's a neat super chat that someone made. Anyway, back to what we're doing here. All right. So why don't we get into the let's get into what the thumbnail was about. The war. The war to settle the score. We have it's AEW versus TNA, and we'll go back here first because there is a where are we here? There are a bunch of posts here. So the first thing that started this all. So for those that don't know, MJF was scheduled to have a match against Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth, at Create a Pro, which is run by Pat Buck, apparently not AEW Mole. And
so he's exonerated.
Yeah, it seems like it. I can't imagine after I actually didn't pull up the Pat Buck statement because it was kind of like the Al Snow statement from a few weeks ago, where it's just like, oh, it's clearly AI. It doesn't really, you know. But we did have MJF. So MJF, as you know, Dolph Ziggler was pulled. Nick Nemeth was pulled from the match against MJF. He still has a match on the card. It's just not against MJF. And MJF went online to say, well, Nick Nemeth and TNA are afraid of the AEW World Champion. Same old Carlos. Carlos doesn't care about the fans or his roster getting paid. Mind you, Nick Nemeth still wrestling on the card. He'll be fighting Bear Bronson that night. I'm sure he gets paid the same amount regardless, but I'll still be there at Create a Pro. Let's see if Nikki still has the balls to show up to Long Island. In the meantime, I'm in Canada, anxiously awaiting to hear, quote unquote, God, Kenny Omega try to convince the world, blah, 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 blah. So that's how MJF decided to make this public. He went on the internet and did that. But then that's not all. The next day, he called into Busted Open, where Nick Nemeth is a co-host. And that's where most of the build for this match happened. It was based on the fact that, like, Nick Nemeth was criticizing MJF, and MJF, blah, blah, blah. So MJF went on Busted Open, and we have that clip right here.
MJF, how are you, sir? And thank you so much for hopping on this morning.
Shut the fuck up, Dave. I'm in a rotten mood. Okay.
He's so funny and edgy. Did you hear that? He said the F word. You hear
He
that?
said, "Shut the fuck up, dude."
Yeah. Oh man, MJF. So
He's working.
He's talking about how he said Carlos Silva wants to take money out of families' pockets, right? And then he goes on Nick Nemeth's radio show, A Good Gig, and causes problems for Nick Nemeth, which I imagine is probably way more likely to take money out of his pocket than what Carlos Silva did, because Nick Nemeth is still wrestling on that show. But if I'm Carlos Silva and I hear that Nick Nemeth is on a wrestling radio show who has this happen, I might say he can't do it anymore. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but let's maybe it gets better. Let's.
Matter of fact, I'm in one of the worst moods I've ever been in my entire life, and I feel horrible because I've got a living legend here in Natalia who's going to have to listen to me rant and rave. Natty, I apologize to start off to you. You're a wonderful woman. The only Canadian I've ever, gotten to, I've not met you in person, but the only Canadian that I've gotten to know.
Natalia's on the show, by the way. She was
Right.
Dave's co-host. He's not in a room with Natalia. He's talking about being on the show with her.
Outside looking in, that I don't think's a complete idiot and a talentless loser. Now, I'm about to talk about Dynasty, but before I do that, I want to just say one more thing to you, Natty. What you and TJ are doing right now for wrestling in general is incredible. And I think it's awesome how much you guys are helping young talent. And now I would actually like to speak on young talent a little bit. Let's talk about TNA and the fact that they are pulling young talent off of shows when they're barely paying them any money whatsoever and telling them, hey.
So this is what I meant. He's going on Nick Nemeth's show and talking about the company that Nick Nemeth works for, and they're letting him go. And I think that sounds a little bit worse than than having Nick Nemeth wrestle a different match on the show. So there are a lot of, Nick Nemeth got pulled. Moose got pulled from Maple Leaf, which, Scott D'Amore, Maple Leaf, has openly had a deal with AEW. And I believe Leon Slater got pulled from a match with maybe Ricochet. Okay.
Right.
So first off, I just kind of want to get, because my opinion personally, we've talked about this before. If you sign with a wrestling company, I think they have every right to determine who you can and can't wrestle, matches you can and can't do. And I personally think that they have the right to tell you can't work a show, because if you get injured on someone else's dime, they shouldn't have to pay for that.
Right.
That's
exactly
my opinion. But I want to hear what you have to say, Awful. What do you think about TNA going in and saying, no, our guys can't wrestle, if this is what happened, that they can't wrestle AEW talent?
I got no problem with it. Competition is healthy. And of course, you got to have you got to do things like this. Let them know that you still mean business. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to, TNA cannot allow to be stomped on, especially now that they've got WWE as their big brother. You know what I mean? Like, so they're not going to allow, they're going to play by big league rules now. They're no longer going to play by the whole we're going to share talent. We're going to do this whole thing. Nah, it might be a new day for TNA. They want to preserve their wrestlers, as we can see with AEW. These guys are getting injured left and right. You got Kyle Fletcher getting injured. I mean, when does it end?
Yeah.
So that's why you.
Oh, sorry. In the chat, Erica asked if Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, is a regular co-host, if he's there. And he is not on when MJF is calling, but Nick Nemeth is a regular co-host on Busted Open weekly. I believe he's on 2 days a week. I believe, maybe 1 day a week.
Right.
Him, Corbin, and Natty kind of cycle. So it is a part-time gig, but it is a gig that, you know, is on the same show, not just the same network or anything like that. It's literally the same show that Nick Nemeth does. So, I think Awful summed it up pretty well. But let's keep going here. Let's hear more of what he has to say.
And telling them, hey, you can't wrestle because there's a guy from another promotion that's wrestling on this show. Does that help young talent grow? Does that help young talent become better inside the squared circle? Moreover, does that help young talent put food on their plate and on their table?
We're talking about Nick Nemeth and Moose. Like, I mean, okay, you can say Leon Slater, but from what I understand, and this might be wrong, but from what I understand, it's not a matter of TNA saying that he can't be on the show. It's that the show has not found another match for Leon Slater yet, except for, you know, to replace the match against Ricochet. They're just saying he couldn't wrestle Ricochet, not that he couldn't be on the show. And I think the only show that somebody was specifically pulled from was Moose being pulled from Maple Leaf Wrestling. But again, that's owned by Scott D'Amore, who has openly stated that he is working with AEW. To be fair, Pat Buck is a vice president of AEW, and they're still allowing Nick Nemeth to wrestle on Pat Buck's show. It's just not against MJF, you know. So I don't know.
This idea of these guys, like if we don't travel around the world in these fucking C&D shows, I'm not going to be able to eat. Like, no. If you're in AEW, you should be eating already. Like, give me a fucking break with that shit. Even the per appearance deal or whatever. Then why the fuck did you sign? You know what I mean? Oh, it's the promise of going out and actually putting food in your mouth because AEW is not going to bring you in for the next 6-7 weeks. Didn't what was the guy's name? Willie Mack make a whole big stink about this just a couple weeks ago? Like, hey man, I'm about to be a homeless superhero out here. Well, aside from you managing your money a little bit better, not accusing you of anything, but at the same time, I mean,
well, Willie Mack is working. His big thing is, I signed this contract thinking I wasn't going to have to work, and I
love that. That's a great
his
line.
I like Willie Mack.
What you mean I gotta work?
You know, he thought he had to work for AEW. He didn't think he had to go work the Indies. He didn't think he was going to have to work for Juggalo Championship Wrestling and do all that stuff. You know,
he didn't read the fine print. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not against him.
I like Willie Mack. He reminds me of Junkyard Dog. Is who Willie Mack reminds me of. So I like Willie. But yeah, so MJF put this out, and then of course they piled on. So this shows you right here. MJF still has a match. Nick Nemeth still has a match. No match was canceled. Still happening. I mean, the match was canceled, but no appearance was canceled. And then also we have that Moose was set to perform at the MLP Multiverse show. But after TNA approved the appearance, there was a change made, and he's been pulled. The belief is that he would have been in the ring with talents from another promotion, possibly AEW. So they aren't really sure why AEW is doing it. I mean, TNA is doing it. It may be a concern with AMC. It may be a concern with WWE.
It's a concern with WWE if I had to take a guess.
I mean, it could be AMC. I could see AMC being like, why are your ratings so low that night? Oh, they put Collision on against this. AEW Collision. AEW Collision? What the hell is AEW Collision? Oh, it's a show from another wrestling company. That's, and then finding out that they have wrestlers that are working with wrestlers on the other wrestling company that brought their ratings down. I could see AMC being like, nah, we're not doing that. No. Get them off the show. I could absolutely
dead that.
Yeah, no. I could absolutely see AMC doing that. So Kenny Omega decided he was going to speak up.
Of course.
If you're in a bubble for too long and you fail to realize what exists outside your bubble and how small your bubble is, stop saying
Jesus.
Bubble. And in this case, we're talking about professional wrestling. I think you start to run into problems like this where someone will think that they're better than somebody else and that there's no reason to work together, and they don't see the upside. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to.
What's your boy smoking?
Yeah, this I don't understand what you're talking about here. They can only look at the negatives and downsides, and I still think that we're in a place in professional wrestling that we're in a place where professional wrestling can still be more than what it is. And I do think that if there were situations where we could all play nice with each other, then I really do think that business as a whole would move in more of a positive direction. We'd see more of a positive trend. I do think at the end of the day, if everyone were to really just sit down and figure out a way to make it happen, it's more than doable. We've seen it in other sports, other forms of media. This isn't just a thing that's unique to professional wrestling. Okay, so I don't necessarily disagree with a world where everyone gets along and will work together,
right,
and that there's no competition is wonderful. It's called communism, and it's never worked.
Looks great on paper. It's great in theory.
What's that?
I said it's great in theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful in theory, but it also doesn't work when you have MJF calling in to one radio show saying that TNA is taking food off of their wrestlers' tables, which isn't true. Or when you have Will Ospreay saying, TNA of all people, like, who the F do you think you guys are? I'm sorry, but it's like all this shit talk they were giving about being number 2. TNA never said they were number 2. That was us, okay? TNA never said that. That was the IWC. You pay way too much attention to the internet. And it's like you want to give permission for those guys to do that match and then pull them. I think it's cowardly shit. I'll be honest with you. Things change. You can't, if they're partners, what means more to you? I'm sorry. What is more important? Your partnership with AMC or WWE, or a match in front of 500 people between Nick
right
and I like, be real. Like, does it suck
at a show that won't get any sort of visibility? Nobody's going to replay it or even try to like slice it up and vignette it, except GCW. And how far is that going to go? Anyway.
Like, it sucks for the people who were going to be in attendance, I guess, although I'd imagine that probably 90% of the people don't care. They're just happy they get to see Dolph Ziggler. But, so the people in attendance, yes, that's fine. But it's not as okay. And we'll get to the hypocrisy here in a minute. I think that says everything about what you view your talent as. You view them less than AEW. How is it that you view them as less than AEW talent? You had an agreement and you had to live up to whatever.
Oh boy, self-made. Okay,
yeah, this is from Self-Made. That you don't want that they don't want to develop, they don't want to give back to the fans. And by the way, I do see some people in chat that are like, they kind of have a point, and I agree. Just give it a second though, because I have more. Okay. So that's kind of my standpoint on it, and that's me being a hard TNA fan. What? Hey, that's true. Will Ospreay was a TNA fan. Those beginning years that I watched, that 04 to 05 era, will always be my favorite era in wrestling, especially. Okay, so but to have Kenny Omega on one hand saying we need to all work together, and then this, okay, but like I said, it's not done, guys, because let's go back a little bit. Let's not forget about the fact that AEW completely raided TNA's talent at the beginning of the year. The second TNA got with WWE, they started doing it. They got Josh Alexander, they got Killer Kelly, and then once they got their TV deal, they got Jake Something, who, by the way, why would anyone on earth sign Jake Something? Was available like 10 times before that, and you never signed him. The Rascals, you turned down the Rascals until TNA had an AMC deal, and then suddenly you want the Rascals. The what are they? The Iconics or whatever they're called. What are they called? The girl.
I don't know what they're called now, but yeah, I know the Iconics.
They used them like
Iconics,
and then just gone.
These
are that was their
same thing with the Rascals.
They're tag team champions. You stole from them. And then they're just gone. Like, don't go playing the high road on this stuff when you are engaging in the war. You signed away their talent, and you did it for a very specific reason. And let's not forget about Ricky Starks and GCW. AEW pulled Ricky Starks from his match against Matt Cardona in GCW after it had been announced, after it had been advertised, after it was agreed to. They did the exact same thing back in 2024. Ricky Starks was never allowed to wrestle in GCW again, but Matt Cardona came to AEW after that. Remember?
I do. I'm just gonna let you cook.
So they said Ricky Starks couldn't work GCW. Why? Because Effie. Remember what Effie said? Effie called him Tony Khan a Nepo baby.
Oh, yes.
So he doubled down on it eventually, going, the statement I made that seemingly was what pissed him off was about his dad paying him to stay away. He's paying him to stay away from the Jaguars. And I think those words were appointed. And to clarify, I would like to say that I don't think that Tony Khan has ever been the best person that interviewed for a job, and that's why he got it. Yep. Thank you. But Effie, the owner, not even the owner, one of the bookers for Game Changer, said something bad about Tony Khan. So you said Ricky Starks, who you weren't using on TV, couldn't work there. Okay. And then
that could have been the last straw for Ricky Starks, if you think about it.
It could have been. And not to mention the fact that they punished him because he went to a WWE show to see his friend. A show that Dustin Rhodes also went to, and you didn't punish Dustin Rhodes. So this idea that AEW is like high and mighty and trying to bring everyone together is complete bullshit. Let's not talk about the fact that CMLL, AEW's best friends in the world, pulled all their talent from a AAA the second WWE bought them. Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about the fact that Nakamura was almost a lock to have that Tanahashi match earlier this year until it became Okada. Let's not talk about that, okay? We're just going to ignore all of this stuff, but we're going to just shit on TNA. The smaller company that that is in a position where you can bully them and look good on the other side. And now Carlos Silva's getting booed at Rebellion and everything. They figured out how to work those puppet strings. You know what I'm saying? They figured it out.
So Carlos Silva came out tonight and he got booed, huh?
Mm-hmm. He got booed
by the TNA crowd.
I mean, when TNA usually gets like 3,000 to 4,000 people, when you have that many people, about 50% of it's going to be IWC people.
Okay.
So I mean, that's just what's going to happen. But that's not all.
Interesting.
That's not all. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Outrunners?
Who?
Remember when the Outrunners were supposed to fight the Boys? Do you remember that? This happened last year. Do you know who the Boys are?
Who are the Boys?
The Boys are the guys that are suing AEW. They were Brandon, the Tate brothers. Phil had them all. The whole big thing.
Yeah.
They were supposed to wrestle the Outrunners.
That's right.
And then AEW signed the Outrunners and said that they couldn't fight the Outrunners anymore. And the Outrunners were pulled from the ECC show. And they didn't have it. So the Tates had to find another match. And the big argument that I've seen from AEW fans is this is totally different. You do realize that Ryan Nemeth is suing AEW right now, right? And that AEW is suing Ryan Nemeth. Do you think maybe that had something to do with it?
It could be a lot of things. I mean,
we don't know.
Tony's ego is very fragile.
Very.
So anything is likely to tip the scales. But mostly, I do believe that this came about because AEW really does feel TNA breathing down their neck.
They do.
I mean, I've always said first off, AEW's one or two fucking hit shows away from cancellation, and TNA's probably one or two great episodes from hitting the 500,000.
Look at it like this:
500,000 viewer mark.
They went up against Collision last week, and they only lost 50,000 viewers.
Yeah.
That was so they were able.
So they're
to
sharing audience.
They're sharing a big part of the audience.
Yeah.
And Collision only did 350, I believe. So you're within 150 of Collision, and you're getting a good demo.
Yeah.
They maintained their demo, and they didn't drop below 200,000. If I was
and
AEW,
AEW
I'd be
lost.
worried.
Yeah, they lost quite a bit of viewers. And not to mention, if you know that you share the same audience with somebody and you maybe like throw the first punch or the first smack or whatever you want to call it, like you may get a lot more people on your side because simply for the fact that, oh, they're doing something dangerous and edgy and we like it. And more people may, come into your fold. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what the TNA audience is like versus the AEW audience, but if they both, are in the same orbit of wrestling, yeah. What Tony Khan did, what AEW is doing as far as taking shots might be a move that is advantageous to them.
And well, Tony, of course, though, because he's a Christian now. When he was on the media call, they asked, he's like, "Yeah, I think it's really weird. I don't know why he would do that. I think it's really weird that he got pulled." It's like, dude, you've done it. You've literally done it. I've just shown you multiple times when you've done the exact same thing that Carlos Silva's doing. But you know what didn't happen when Tony Khan did that? You didn't have a bunch of AEW wrestlers calling into Busted Open, or a bunch of TNA wrestlers calling into Busted Open and crying about it. You didn't have WWE wrestlers calling into Busted Open or, Jim Cornette and crying about it like MJF did. But you have to. That's why we had the War Room. That's why, you know what? I'll even go back here. We'll bring it up for a second. That's why we made this thumbnail here, is because it is the War Room. That's what we had. We had, you had MJF.
With British flags in the background, by the way.
Buck, and you had MJF and Pat Buck, and Will Ospreay, and Kenny Omega sitting around with Tony calling the shots. That's exactly what happened. And if you think Tony Khan,
I thought that was Jamie Kennedy. Holy shit.
If you think Tony Khan isn't 1,000% behind it, or at least, AEW management, whatever that is, you're fooling yourself.
Right. By way of the Young Bucks.
Yeah, it could very well be by way of the Young Bucks.
But I would never charge my AEW champion with doing such a fucking dirtbag job of going on a podcast and saying the things that he said. I mean, maybe a little decorum, but again, I'm not a person who wants to, fucking tell people what to do or how to think or anything like that. But yeah, kind of skeevy.
I see a couple people in the chat have said, well, when you sign an AEW contract, you know what you're getting into.
Yep.
I think now, I think starting about 2 years ago, that argument is valid, right? Because I think before that, AEW was young enough to not really have a track record to where you could hear Tony Khan say, you know what, I when I was starting, I made some mistakes, but I figured it out. I know what I'm doing now. And you look at the money and you go, okay, you know what, I'll give it a shot, right? But from about 2020, late 2024 and on, if you sign with AEW, you can't, you have no room to complain. You have no room to argue.
It's now, and it's just like Tony said, it's now established.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be established, that's what you get. You don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. And they don't get the benefit of the doubt. They are established as being terrible about this kind of stuff.
Nor do you get wrestlers insurance. So be mindful. You don't get it in WWE either. But here is the big kicker. I think we talked about this before, maybe on Toonie Talk Wrestling, where it's just like, if Max grows up, do you have him sign with AEW if it so chooses to exist, or WWE? Like, what's the upside to being in one company versus the other is astronomical. Okay.
I think, I've said it before. It depends on if I'm The Rock, okay, and it's Ava, I'm probably saying, you know what, go ahead and sign with AEW. Like, get that money, get as much.
I guess
money
so,
as you can, because Ava's probably not going to make it, right? Like, you got to be realistic about your kid and about who it is. Like, when you look at that kind of stuff. But if you're a wrestler, if Marco Stunt, of course, sign with AEW. right? Like, yes, of course.
Yeah, that
make
was
all the money
retarded.
you can, and then get out. That's the best thing you can do in that situation. But if you have anything, if you're at all marketable, or you have any kind of talent, or you have any kind of look, I don't get, unless WWE has flat out said we are never going to hire you, then I don't see a reason why you'd ever sign with AEW. Unless the money is just ridiculous. Because like I said, there is a world where, like, if I'm 22 years old and I don't love wrestling and AEW is offering me 5 times the amount the WWE is, and I go, I can write out this contract and then live off it for the rest of my life. Sure. Because then I don't have to work after I'm 26 years old. You know,
You just described Hook.
yeah, exactly. I did describe Hook, or Sammy Guevara is another one who's just, if he saved his money, he'll be fine. But he never has to work another day in his life. You know,
He's more of a stay-at-home dad than he is a professional wrestler at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit.
But yeah,
that's what you get when you sign with AEW. Don't talk about your love for the business. Sign with AEW and then be like, yeah, what's happening here? I'm just stuck in catering. Like, sorry, pal. This is 7 years in, and they now have a track record, as you stated earlier. So it's gonna be tough.
But I really wanted to dismantle that whole argument about TNA being evil for some reason. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying, like,
AEW isn't evil.
No, they're businesses. That's what they are. It's what you do.
Like,
it's just, that's the way business is, man. If you work, if you work one place, you can't work at the competitor. That's just the way it is. And I don't know what else to say. Living in this fantasy world like Kenny Omega, where you're like, I just wish everyone would get along. And yeah, we all do. Okay, but we don't live in that world. Okay, that world doesn't exist.
Mike Bailey feels that same fucking way.
Oh gosh, you want to get to that before we get to the NICEBEARD stuff?
Yeah,
Bailey. Okay,
listen to this idiot.
Let's bring up Mike Bailey. I
know that they are working together in tandem.
Bailey.
How does that feel?
So this is my hot take when it comes to professional wrestling, right? But exclusive contracts are...
I thank you very much.
At Luigi Tron 51 super chatted $10. Never understood why any owner of a company go let a talent wrestle for a company that they're not contracted.
Dude.
Especially high-priced talent and in front of 300 people.
Yep.
No,
100%. Thank you, Louie.
I get it if you're TNA and you can't pay people that kind of money. I don't get it if you're Tony Khan. Why is your champion wrestling at Creative Pro Wrestling?
Yeah.
Why
you're the second biggest company in the world, apparently, and you got your wrestlers,
one of the richest people in the world, and you
got them wrestling in circus tents, parking lots. And
no, that's ridiculous. If you're TNA and these guys are wrestling like twice a month, and they need to go out there and get reps and make more money and stuff because your company's basically an indie on TV, fine, get it, do it, let them go, let them. But when you're AEW, no one on TV should be. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention Eddie Kingston got pulled from a show last month. Eddie Kingston was supposed to be. He was a tag team champion with somebody at a show, and he got pulled. So, yeah, I mean,
it's like I said, man. Wrestling fans and talent and promoters know that wrestling fans have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
They're very easily manipulated.
Very easy. You can almost make a cult out of them. A Wrestle Collective of sorts.
Heyo. All right, let's get to this Mike Bailey clip. This guy, Aaron, what's his name? Something Hernandez. He's not the one that killed people, but he's a guy.
This video did gangbusters, by the way. It really didn't.
I know that they are working together in tandem. How does that feel?
So this is my hot take when it comes to professional wrestling, right? But exclusive contracts are bad.
The chat's asking how many subscribers Adrian here has. Can you look that up real quick, Awful?
Sure.
Okay.
For pro wrestlers, for the development, for I understand there is a need for them, right?
I liked this guy, not liked, but I had a soft spot for this guy when I thought he was like 25. He's like 36 years old.
Yeah,
that's insane.
He's
He's the first.
He's not a young bird.
He's the first he/they to hold a title in AEW. Apparently, I found out.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought. Oh, go ahead.
I've got those answers. Adrian Hernandez. That's the name of the channel. 171,000 subscribers.
At Louis
But wait
Tron
till you hear this.
51 super chatted $5. To be fair, Eddie Kingston was pulled because he heard the McRib is back.
Oh, the McRib's back. Oh, geez, what are we doing?
Can't wait to get off the air. Get that McRib.
Oh, we got more.
Shut the fuck up.
That was JJ Gosling said 8-ball Mike Bailey.
Yeah. 8-ball. He seems like a positive chap.
He does. All right, so what are those numbers?
Adrian Hernandez, very respectable subscriber base, 171,000 subscribers. Can you guess how many people watched this particular video? This particular video with Speedball Mike Bailey has been up for 2 days. How many views do you think?
I'm going to say 1,500.
Okay, 1,500. Good one. How many likes do you think it has? Anybody in the chat also can just throw out the numbers, and
they're gonna hear. It'll be late. We're gonna have to pause for a long. Actually, we could listen to some more and then come back to it.
Sure.
But I'll say 60. So 1,560, and then at the end of this interview, we'll come back and look at it. So if anybody in the chat has numbers they want to add, and if you get it right, you'll win a prize. Awful will blow you.
The companies, it doesn't work without them, and that makes sense. But if everyone in the world could wrestle absolutely anyone else, regardless of contracts, just imagine the matchups you would see. Well, we can't really have that, but the closest thing we can have is what AEW is doing, partnering up with CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling,
or WWE partnering up with TNA and AAA and Noah, and it's
in a perfect world.
Didn't Hulk Hogan wrestle in All Japan like 1,000 times when he was wrestling for WWE?
I guess I'm not so sure.
WWF. I mean, remember he wrestled 400 days a year because of it. Don't you remember all that?
That's
Don't you remember back in WCW when they did shows with New Japan Wrestling and they did shows with AAA? This isn't new. This isn't AEW breaking ground. It's just Vince McMahon went for 15 years deciding he wasn't going to do it. But that doesn't mean that it's never been done before. And it just because Vince McMahon didn't do it doesn't mean that, like, Triple H was trying to get WWE to work with Ring of Honor for years and just Vince wouldn't do it. It's just Vince. That's the only guy who didn't want this. Okay. Speedball Mike Bailey. Do you understand?
And he might have been on. Yeah, he might have been on to something because, you don't get injuries and you don't run into any fucking okey dokes along the way. Because remember, this still is the professional wrestling business. These guys are not fucking rocket scientists and geniuses. You've crafted 25 years of your company to shape itself into a form that you can manage. And that's exactly what Vince McMahon did.
Eddie Kingston was out for almost a year or over a year because of an injury that happened to him at a show in front of 1,200 people for an indie company. Now, to be fair, AEW was drawing about 1,200 people at that time too. Right. So it's not saying that much, but that's why you don't do it. Right. And that's why when WWE does it, when you see these guys wrestle like Game Changer or something, it's either someone so low on the card that they don't care, or it's a match that is like a flash and nothing burger happy. You know what I mean? Like it's
right. Yeah.
You're not going to see Cody Rhodes going out and wrestling for Creative Pro Wrestling. It's not going to happen because it doesn't make sense for it to happen. Okay. They should be making enough money that they don't have to Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm sorry.
And working together to showcase the best wrestlers from all over the world. I mean,
to defeat evil all over the world
in professional wrestling for a long time. The lack of diversity, right?
In a personal way you never touched me before.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Brother, I was wrestling in Japan so much I was wrestling in Wembley in the Tokyo Dome at the exact same time. ~, Hulk Hogan, probably.
Yeah. They've got those 9-day weeks in the world.
Don't just like. I just want to look at. I just want to like go to Speedball Mike Bailey and be like, "You poor sweet summer child." Like, Lizzie, it's not the world that we
You
live
flower
in.
boy.
Man. Yeah, like, how can? Yes, we all want this. Nobody on earth wants people to fight each other and to be angry all the
Yeah.
time. Like, everyone wants peace and love, and it's just not the world, man. And you're old enough that you should know this by now. Or Speedball Mike Bailey.
I wish Coke and Pepsi would come together.
Yeah, why can't
and design
why
a soft drink?
Why do we have to have McDonald's and Burger King?
Why can't we have both?
Why can't it be the same thing? Why can't we just go to one place and have everything available to us, and then it be free? Why? Again, it's called socialism, and it doesn't work. Go have fun, enjoy that.
I want my KFC and my Chili's.
Sweden's close. You
Same
might
place.
be cool in Sweden. You can go over to Sweden. That's your best bet. I wouldn't go to
Right.
Korea though, or Russia.
Very homogenous, though.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
That's true. Very, very white. Very
That's why you can get away with that sort of thing. I'm being dead up. I've
know
always
you are. I know
held
you
this
are.
regard. Like, you can play with communism when everybody looks like you. You know what I mean? But when it's a milieu, when it's a stew of the various cultures and all that, yeah, it ain't gonna work. Pow. Anyway,
I didn't say it.
I said it. God damn it.
Yeah, I know he did. He's African American. YouTube.
No, that doesn't mean a damn thing. I'm just speaking truth out here. Like I sometimes I hate to
Oh,
tell you,
wait,
I'm
wait.
like,
He was
thank you.
successful in just using his mouth to get the man off.
That was the cane
Donna
getting you
Sharp
off the
super
stage.
chatted $5. Everyone in the world wants peace and love until someone else wants your chicken nuggies. Then suddenly everyone go and gangster.
Yep.
That's how wars have started.
Let's finish this up.
Everybody shared the same tub.
We're not even halfway through. Let's get through this.
In terms of seeing champions from different cultures and races, and I think the fact that
You got to go back
in
a little
order
bit
to be
because
considered
just a little bit because he's talking about a time that is never coming back, but he thinks is still here.
Okay. I think I had it back.
best wrestlers from all over the world. I mean, it's been a problem in professional wrestling for a long time. The lack of diversity, right, in terms of seeing champions from different cultures and races. And I think the fact that in order to
Then
be
shout out soft
considered
ground wrestling, you
eligible to become
motherfucker.
Yeah. Where do you want him to go, man? What
Like,
what are
really?
you implying here? Like, you?
There's
I don't
plenty of
get this at
diversity
all.
in professional wrestling, more
have-
so than what I see in my own neighborhood. Or
You know where there's a
like-
lot of diversity is on Raw every week, where I get promos in Japanese, I get promos in Spanish, I get promos in English. There seems to be quite a bit, and then you got Obafemi doing an African war, what's it called? March out to the ring.
Right.
And
you see all sorts of fuck just wrestling, all sorts of cultures and nationalities on television. You can see Eskimos on television, Indians, you can see black people, you can see white people, you can see Koreans, you can see Jews behind the camera. I mean, it's a whole thing.
He works in AEW, where it's like, okay, we have a Jew, then let's make fun of him and call him Jewish.
Right.
We have an Asian guy. Well, okay, we're gonna make him say bitch over and over again. We have, let's make sure that we get all the black guys together in one faction.
Right.
And like that, I'm sorry, that's kind of what AEW is. So maybe he just watches AEW and he doesn't realize that
AEW is Detroit.
the rest of the world has moved on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's still stuck. Like, I don't see too many nationalities and cultures. Well, get out of the Starbucks. I mean, what the fuck's the matter with
I mean, in WWE, you got plenty of there's like the British culture is very prominent with or not British, but European culture with like Gunther and Dragunov both being pushed, both being featured on television. You have Trick Williams and you have Carmelo Hayes, and you got Javon Evans, and you got
Clowns,
and
the Wyatt Six, Danhausen.
You got Danhausen, who's I don't know what he is, but but it's like there is a lot of diversity outside of AEW. Honestly, I never really thought about it, but AEW is kind of the not diverse, very generic white. This
is why Ibu wets his pants whenever Swerve Strickland talks, because just like, oh my god, finally somebody on television.
Yeah.
Champion.
Somebody
looks like me
in pro wrestling. You need to speak English, especially as a first language.
What?
Is completely ridiculous and extremely counterproductive.
We should have kept the clip sit right there.
It's not that way. Stephanie
No, it isn't.
McCarran
Of
does
course not.
promos in Spanish every week. Dom Mysterio does promos in Spanish every week. Shinsuke, Asuka, Io, all of these people
Sami
are doing
Zayn.
promos. Sami Zayn, yeah, all of these people are doing. Well, not Sami Zayn. No, Sami Zayn did do a promo in Arabic or something, didn't he?
Of course, and also in French.
Yeah, you have plenty of people doing this just outside of your bubble. I'm sorry, man, but this is really
like doing the Mars attacks shit. So,
oh, okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Let's make sure this is going here. I don't know what happened.
Is completely ridiculous and extremely counterproductive. And I'm glad that it's become less and less of a thing. And I think it's due to partnerships like that and opening up the playing fields to literally letting anyone who is the best at pro wrestling wrestle at the very top, as it should be. And I think putting any kind of barrier on that is absolutely ridiculous. So I think that what AEW is doing right now, I mean, you can see it because other companies are following suit, is exactly what needs to happen in professional wrestling.
What is he talking about? I don't understand.
He wants
this at
AEW
all.
to lead the way. He wants AEW to lead the way in opening the forbidden door to allow wrestlers more access to wrestle everybody under the sun.
But he's talking about it like it's a race thing. And but AEW is the worst about that.
Well, yeah, we've already established that.
I'm so confused. Okay. Okay. Well, we got a few people here who gave guesses on the numbers. Let me pull up here, see if we can find them. We got I might not be able to get to them here because they are really okay. 2,900 from Lucy Moody. Ewan Cumia says 1,250.
Okay.
I think someone already looked. There's somebody said 60 and 1. I don't think that was right. If I missed you, I apologize.
So far, nobody's got it. Nobody's got it.
All right. Well, I can tell. Here's what I can tell you. And by the way, if you have a guess, throw it in the chat now. I will definitely see it again. But I can tell you that we currently have 73 people live. So
nice.
Thank you guys so much. I know you could be anywhere but here. So why don't you go ahead and drop us a like below? And if you want to be a part of the show, then if you do a really good comment and I see it in the chat, I will mention it. Otherwise, you'll have to super chat us. But if you super chat us, it will interrupt us. You can also send a tip if we don't give money to YouTube. And that is in the description below. Awful. Tell us. Give us the numbers. What do we get?
All right. For this particular interview, I'll start this way. 8 likes.
Oh, my God.
8 likes. You know how many views?
We have to have more than 8, right? Yeah, how many views?
I hope. Hit that like button, please, right now, so we can beat it.
We have 38. We have 38 likes right now.
Wow, very nice. Awesome. 309 views for the Mike Bailey interview.
Wow.
On a channel that's got 171,000 subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
These
people are not bringing them in. Real sad. This thing's been sitting on the YouTube shelf for 2 days. Now listen, folks, again, and feel free to make fun of us and our numbers.
We don't have to, but go ahead.
Yeah, we do it ourselves. But I mean, like, imagine being the host, like working all day researching Mike Bailey. You know, got to probably watch some of his crummy ass matches. Gets on the show. You think this bitch is gonna pop this show tonight, boy? I tell you, I got Speedball Mike Bailey out in this bitch. You only hit 309 fucking views.
Let me tell you what.
You don't work 12 hours.
My video on Toonie Talk Wrestling that I put out this morning, I was disappointed. Okay. Because before I got on the show, it only had 300, and now it's up to 333. That's in 17 hours.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
was
listen, man.
disappointed by those numbers.
You were crestfallen. Could you imagine what he was going through?
Wow. That's
Like-
sad. I'm kind of sad. It is.
He's like, didn't we say we had a part 2 for Mike Bailey? Yeah, scrap that one. Scrap that bullshit.
Wow. That's depressing. Mike Bailey,
That's
maybe
the AEW champion.
I'll tell you,
Trios
Mike
champion, by the
Bailey,
way.
maybe you should find another line of work. I mean,
Or come to a different show. Maybe it'll be more lively.
yeah, you know
So
what?
you
He
don't
was doing great in
give off
TNA.
stupid ass takes.
Doing great in TNA. He was in a tag team. He didn't get promos. It was great. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what his angle is, but I don't know why he believes that he was gonna reel him in. Maybe he had bad promotion. Who knows? Like maybe he promoted. Maybe they promoted the day of.
Speaking of reeling men, we got one more thing here I want to take a look at.
Please.
Real quick, make sure you we're not ending the show. We have more. I just want to say make sure you are going to that Toonie Talk Wrestling thing and watching that video. We're trying to get our numbers better for the algorithm. We haven't released daily or videos midweek for a long time. So I'm trying to do that to help us in the algorithm. So if you're a fan, go and hit a like and maybe give it a watch. And just help our numbers so we can get back in the YouTube algorithm and get going. Now that Marv isn't doing the headlock headlines anymore, it's a little hard to get noticed.
Change your lighter, Dis.
That wasn't my lighter. That was my finger. That was my snapping. And also, we might be doing stuff like that over here soon too, where we're actually releasing videos throughout the week for people who maybe don't want to sit down and listen to a 2 or 3 hour podcast. So I thought I just would say that real quick. But yeah, let's take a look at this last thing, and it's from our boy. It's from
NICEBEARD.
From our boy. Oh, why is it so small?
Why is it so small?
That's ridiculous.
It's not the first time you've heard that.
Hey yo, I did not make it that small. Okay, we can do that. We can live with this.
Yeah, we remember the fearsome foursome. This is not. I mean, this is nowhere near the. See, Toonie Talk Wrestling has nowhere near the caliber of panelists that we are seeing here. This illustrious panel.
So this is I was going to clip this. Okay, I was going to listen to the whole episode and clip it. Oh, we got this.
All shit.
Chatted $5. Oh, now size matters.
Yeah. Thank you. It's about how you
don't be
use
mistaken. It always has.
No,
right.
That's what you have to say that it's about how you use it. That's it. So, all right, I was gonna clip this whole show, and then I got stuck on this part awful, and I was like, I don't need to listen to this. This is a whole segment. So let me.
Let's get into it.
Show. This is the beginning of the show. I want you to think about that. This is the first
top
thing,
of the show.
The first thing when you click on the video, this is the first thing that happens. Are you ready? Ready for the intro? Here it is.
Let's see it.
Because you didn't have you were on your laptop, dude.
That is true. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Gary Joe,
That's the intro.
Founder of Honor the Elite.
Yes,
Welcome
fingers.
To watching, I can't
Hearts.
believe it, but the 5th annual HD Year-End Awards. For everybody that did participate again this year, you guys were awesome. Let me tell you, it's one of the most very close calls. That
How long did you spend making the intro for the show today?
You really want to know? About 18, 19 minutes, I guess.
Yeah. Turns out you didn't have to. You could
just open up.
Just open the show and go, hey everybody, hey guys. Not even that. Like throw jazz fingers. He's actually, I'm gonna see if I can get the exact moment.
Jazz fingers.
Because he doesn't. He starts like mid
You didn't have a. You were on your
So,
laptop, dude.
Yeah, they're
That
in
is true.
the middle
Hey,
of a
how's it going,
conversation. They're
everybody?
on
It's
live.
Gary Joe, the founder of Honor the Elite.
He didn't tell them they were live.
Just
Got one at the top there. She's doing her makeup.
Mid conversation. So I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna make this a big mystery. This video has been up for 3 months. It has 124 views. So not what going along with your
even with
theory.
Vixen Omega on there.
I know you think with the babe Vixen Omega and all her stands out there.
Yeah, she got to beat him off with a stick.
Rhonda, you got her, but does she look like? Don't you just want to call her Debbie? Doesn't she look like a Debbie more than a Rhonda? Or is that just me?
I've got so many things to say about Rhonda, but I'll refrain until we get our Patreon.
She was in Heels. Remember, she was part of Heels. So, but let's keep listening.
That is true. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Gary Joe, the founder.
You know what's also funny? This I forgot to
to
mention. If I close my eyes, it sounds like Kevin Owens is doing a podcast.
Kind of. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're kind of right. Denisha, I guess fill in. Denisha's here.
Hey, Denisha.
How's it going, Denisha? All right, let's keep going.
Watching,
they're all
I
waving.
can't
They're
believe
making
it,
hearts
the
at the
50th annual
camera.
HD year-end awards for everybody that did participate again
He's
this
making
year.
hearts
You
at the
guys
camera.
were awesome. Let me tell you, it's
I'm making a heart to the camera
one of the
right
most
now. God damn it.
Very close calls that I can ever remember doing this. So it's
There's an indication of where this conversation's going, just based on Elise at the bottom there.
This is the year-end awards. This is like their big show. Like they've been preparing for this.
Yeah. Rhonda's still looking over her notes.
They're
Like she
throwing
hasn't
hearts.
looked up once.
You got War Mama down there yawning. Like they could get Gary Joe. That is the first time I've ever seen Gary Joe where his beard is not on point. Actually, I have to say.
Yeah, really. What fucking lumber yard did he crawl out of?
Like, just they are. But this was their big show from a couple months ago. So let's keep going. Let's maybe it gets better though. We have 2 minutes and 33 seconds left of this clip. So it could.
Oh shit.
At one point, do you think they start the show? Okay, because at one point
I'm looking at all. I think I'm looking at all four of them, and I'm like, all four of them is looking for the other to start the show.
By cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. AEW level production here.
Wait, I hope that's not us. I hope you're talking about them.
Doesn't matter. It's true on both accounts, really.
All right. Okay. So at what point in these 3 minutes do you think they actually start the show?
I'm going to say at the knowing you this at the 2:45 mark.
It's something that I'm very happy that we all can bring you guys and the entertainment that us four, especially those three.
Those three, so much better. All the ladies
going on 3 this August.
Couldn't have been done without them.
He's a feminist, guys.
I wouldn't be here without a lady. Yeah. I mean, my God.
I'm a male feminist, guys. You know, Gary Joe calls himself. I'm going to call him Gary Joe. It's a great name. He calls himself Gary Joe, so I don't feel weird about it, you know.
I'm going to call him NICEBEARD.
I like either way. I'm good. I like the flag in the background, the little tiny AEW flag that he got back there. That's
the towel, the jizz towel.
It could be a towel, yeah. I had a big. I actually still have it. It's a big NWO Wolfpack banner, like one that they like put in arenas. You know,
right.
I bought one off eBay. It was neat. But here we go. Anyway,
so, but yeah, I
Okay.
guess what we can do
Start the
really
show.
quick. Hold on one second. Let me just share out this live because there's only one person watching, maybe on one of our phones.
Oh,
here,
fuck.
right?
Yep, it's me.
It just happens to be my mother.
Listen to this. He hasn't put out that it's live yet. They went live without
He's
telling
asking if I
anybody.
want sweet peas on the side.
So they have one person in the chat, and let's find out who that one person is.
I guess what we can do really quick. Hold on one second. Let me just share out this live because there's only one.
So this is a
watching,
Zoom
maybe
call.
on
It's
one of our
it's a
phones.
Zoom call on StreamYard. You can tell it's StreamYard because they didn't pay for StreamYard, so they still have the watermark in the corner of
Oh, yeah. I don't blame them. Good for you guys.
milk them for all they're worth, man.
Fucking right.
What we can do really quick. Hold on one second. Let me just share out this live because there's only one person
let me
watching,
set up the
maybe
link.
on one of our phones here, right?
Yep, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's Rhonda.
I was gonna share it.
Oh, Rhonda.
That was hilarious. She's about to super chat herself.
Who would do that? Crazy people.
Yeah.
I love
Fucking ridiculous.
I love Rhonda. Look at Rhonda. Watch her.
One of our phones here, right?
You got one person.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
It's me.
Dang it.
Oh, it's me.
Sorry.
Mixing Omega thinks it's so funny. You know.
Oh, yeah. This was the finger I used.
Oh, War Mama having none of it though. She was to go.
Oh,
after
yeah. No,
Phil,
she could have swore it was an actual fan.
Yeah, she was excited. Well, no, what happened
Mhm.
is that she met a guy at the club last night and she told him that they're going on and doing this year. And he's like, oh yeah, babe, I'll watch that. And then they got and so he
wrote the channel on a napkin.
Right. So she was waiting for him to show up, and when she heard that there was one person, she's like, oh, I know that's Larry. I talked to him last. Nope, not Larry, it's Rhonda.
Yeah, no,
gotta
it's
watch out for
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
She's watching. I was gonna share it. So.
All right. So
Okay, we got through the hard part though. Let's start the show. Come on.
They're all going through their notes.
Yeah, minute 10. Come on, guys.
Hoping we get some good people. That actually.
I'm hoping
will
we get some good people here for this show. Okay.
Jesus, like you and Cumia.
I didn't pause. I want to point.
You wouldn't have watched anything, by the way.
I want to point out. I did not pause. This is at 1:20 right now. Okay.
Come join us live.
Watch. I didn't do anything. This is the show.
Nah, just let it play.
That's the show. War Mama's dancing. This is the show, guys. Enjoy.
Sorry.
They can't do anything.
Jesus.
They can't do. I paused. Now I paused it. They can't do anything without him. Like, you notice that?
Yeah.
I turn off the music because I really want to give the effect of what's going on this show. He started sending.
I'm
out
expecting to hear a battery chirp.
That's like at this point. If we're doing a show, let's say me and you were doing this show, Awful, and I realized, oh crap, I went online. Okay, you know what? Let's take this off the screen. Let's play music or do something while we are in the. Or if we're tuning,
We'll fix it in post.
Or if it's Toonie Talk, we don't hit the live button until we're ready. And if we do, we'll go off and then go back on. That's what you do for a podcast. You don't sit here for a minute now and not say anything and then leave it up for 3 months on your YouTube channel.
They're all looking at their phones. They're all promoting the show at this very moment.
No, they're not. They're texting
and I'm trying to.
When I was tasting you, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
At Mr. Jamie Jam 88 super chatted $4.99. I'll say it again and again. AEW and Pro AEW podcast will never ever grow, and rightfully so. Screw TK, the wrestlers and the sickos. TNA all the way.
Hey, man.
There you go.
I'm totally with you, man. I just got a
You're
mod
so right
alert.
too, by the way.
I
Yeah.
just got a mod alert.
What is
from
that?
you and Cumia. I guess if a mod tags you, then I get a mod alert on my thing.
Okay.
Is this your idea of
Gotcha.
Jocktober? But thank you, Mr. Jammy Jam. I'm with you. TNA, man. That's my jam. Even if I don't watch it as much as I'd like to, I still in my heart, I'm a TNA fan, so we appreciate it. There's a minute and 20 seconds left in this clip. Awful. We're barely halfway through.
Will they ever get off their Twitters enough to look at the camera?
I hit play.
Hit play.
I already did. It's been going.
All right.
Let's just watch.
Jared. That's one thing I have to figure out with YouTube. How can I get a cover photo that displays the live? Because it looks like it's just a black screen when you're sharing it.
You put up a thumbnail, Gary Joe. You make a thumbnail and you upload it where it says upload a thumbnail. Awful figured it out. If Awful can figure this out, okay. He's asking, why is it that when I send the link, it only comes up with a black screen? He didn't upload a thumb. This is like their 15th podcast. And he didn't upload a thumbnail and doesn't know.
He was hoping YouTube would do all the work. That's what he was hoping.
What he wants. But he's like,
I'll just upload the live and they'll send me pictures and I get to approve them. And they'll get back to me.
Mr. Nicebeard, if you're listening, you have to upload thumbnails when you make the show. Here's the thing. I understand. Oh, it is kind of weird because it's on StreamYard. If you've ever done it, it's like at the bottom is where you put in your thumbnail. So I imagine that he's just like not scrolling down to where you have to put in your thumbnail. But there's definitely a spot, buddy. So we still have 59 seconds left in this clip. I want to go back and I really want to let's just sit in silence with these people here and experience what their listeners would have experienced on this day.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Mom, please go to this link right now and save me the
That's one thing I have to figure out with
embarrassment.
YouTube. How can I get a cover photo that displays the live? Because it looks like it's just a black screen when you're sharing it. So that's a little.
Where do I find marine rope and a chair?
I was just.
Rhonda, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're the man here. You're the one in charge.
All right.
That's why we brought a man on to put up
that
thumbnails.
is sent out, and then whoever wants to start doing well, actually, unless you want to wait just for a couple people to appear, we could just.
No, wait, here it is. Okay, so they got it.
Babe, could you put up like a thumbnail?
They got it. They're at 2:16. They're ready to start the show, right? I'll back up to 2:13.
Right.
They're ready to start the show.
Okay, so that is sent out, and then whoever wants to start doing the. Well, actually, unless you want to wait just for a couple people to appear, we could just talk about it.
Before we eat, we got to do prayer. Anybody want to lead us in prayer? That's exactly what the vibe is on that.
He's just like, I guess we start. What do you want to start? Who wants to start there? Actually, you know what? Let's wait for people to actually show up in the chat.
Yeah.
And
this guy's got the voice of God microphone, and he don't know how to start.
In the chat, I believe, let's see here. Somebody said that, there. Lucy Moody said this is the equivalent of cable access. I would actually say that we're more like cable access. This is like ham radio. I don't know what this is.
This is, like I said, it's a Zoom call.
Yeah, it's a Zoom. Exactly. It's a Zoom call. This is a Zoom
with
call.
all the managers.
They accidentally hit broadcast, right? That's what this is. Okay, so we're still going. There's still 34 seconds left.
Let's see how everything is going with your thoughts on the beginning of the year already. So
okay, so they've decided.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New
He tried to talk about wrestling, and Vixen Omega's like, "Happy New Year, guys."
Yeah, let me just step on your toes real quick.
In February, Happy New Year, guys.
Here, everybody.
So they did essentially a second
Happy
intro.
New Year.
Yeah, but basically, and there's going to be a third. I didn't bring in the third, but they still have to actually get to the awards, and they do a whole other thing when they actually get to the awards too.
Oh my God.
Mazel
I
tov
just have
to
to
everybody.
say,
Mazel tov.
to
Mazel tov.
anybody
Okay.
that might watch that was at the
Uh-huh.
Omaha show on New Year's Eve, amazing crowd. I give you all props. It was well worth the 3-hour drive, whatever it was.
Mm.
And not a bad drive, honestly. So,
If anybody wants to stalk Rhonda, apparently she lives 3 hours from Omaha because she just totally told you that. But
In which direction, this?
I don't know. She didn't say that much.
Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
going to
dude.
assume north.
I counted that as the start of the show. That took 2 minutes and 59 seconds to get to this point.
Nice beard.
I am going to go through that whole. Well, actually, I might not go through that show this week because we actually have something from Nice Beard next week, correctly? Oh, wait.
When I was tasting you, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
All right. Do we want to jump into the we have the Velveteen Dream thing, or do you think we should call it here?
Nah, let's do the Velveteen Dream. Do that real quickly.
Okay, we'll do Velveteen Dream.
Have you seen this video, by the way?
I have no idea what this is. So neither of us have any idea. If this is crap, then we apologize. But
yeah, we're going in blind.
Yeah, we're going in blind here. So let's see what's going on. Let's turn it down very loud.
Yep.
I don't know if that was Lillian Garcia. I don't know if that was Alicia Taylor.
I guess we should set the stage. He's a prevert. He got caught. Yeah, he was the one who got caught talking to like 14-year-old boys on Twitter, and that's why he got released.
He was like, "No, I wasn't."
Yeah, and he's like, "I was innocent," and it's like, well, according to the law, you were innocent, but you still had weird texts with 14-year-old boys. You didn't do anything, but you still had weird texts with kids. So yeah, he's at least a weirdo. At least a weirdo.
Yeah. Isn't your handle?
But I'll tell you who it
Creepy
is.
Dream.
Seth stealing Rollins steals another one. You know what? I got a question, Seth. And your bosses, Paul and TKO, may not like this. But how many gimmicks, Seth? How many gimmicks does it take?
As many beers as it takes.
You beat Triple H.
I mean, to be fair, the same people who created your gimmick created his gimmick too. So
possibly,
possibly, yeah. When you look at, Triple H was running NXT when he was in NXT, and then he came to Vince was gone, and he went up to WWE, and then Seth turned into that character. And I mean, it's I don't. Maybe Triple H stole it from you. Maybe he stole it from you. I don't know, but.
Beast Slayer, you beat Brock Lesnar. The Architect, yeah, we'll give you credit for Roman Reigns' 5-year championship reign. History belongs to you, Mr. Architect. Beast Slayer, King Slayer, Architect, Visionary.
He's cutting a promo, right?
I guess so. It looks like he's cutting a drunk promo.
Yeah, this is like he thought, they're gonna notice me. Like that's what it feels like. Is he thinks that he can still get back in their good graces somehow.
And when
That's
we
the
come to
feeling I'm
Philadelphia this time, there's going to be no mistaking what's going to happen. I'm going to come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. No baby doll at your side. Nobody to run distractions for you. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. So Velvy here doesn't know about the giant gimmick file cabinet at Stamford.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, mate, you know what? If you wanted that gimmick, man, maybe you shouldn't have talked to 14-year-old boys on Twitter or whatever. I'm not sure it was 14. It might have been different ages, but yes, underage at least.
The hey, good news is like if they're looking for somebody looking like Kang for the Avengers, this guy is fitting the fucking bill.
Perfect. Yeah. But if you want someone less problematic than Jonathan Majors, you might have to move on.
Right? Yeah, really. What's up with this phenotype? Anyway,
Good. You think you're God, and now Paul Heyman, ECW's favorite con man.
Oh, he's hammered.
Yeah,
has made you Mr. Money in the Bank. How many gimmicks? 10 years of gimmicks. 10 years
Gammicks?
of Seth Rollins trying to get over. I don't have to ruin.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
Let him. Okay, we'll keep going.
No. I'm saying
Professional wrestling. Because Seth Rollins. You said you wanted the truth, didn't you, people? We want the truth. You wanted the truth. I'm going to give you the truth.
Okay.
10 years of a guy stealing gimmicks.
Okay.
I don't blame TKO. I blame you.
Of course,
me? What the fuck did I do? Goddamn! Put your finger down, motherfucker.
I don't blame the company who could hire me. I blame.
You need to tell me in front of the WWE universe that you respect me.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Seriously though, if this guy wasn't a gigantic flaming pile of problems, he would have been freaking huge. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000. Actually, you know what? Here's my only thing. He was fantastic for his time, but I don't think he could hang in a world with Trick Williams and Obafemi and Carmelo.
Oh, dude.
I just don't, dude. I don't think he can. Like,
he was good, man. I think you're taking something away from him. He's a creep, but he was just as good as Trick Williams. Like, in fact, he was.
I don't know. I think we were judging on a different scale back then. He was going
Obviously
against.
we were, but I think he could hang now. Anyway.
I don't know. I think what I'm saying is I think he'd be a solid upper mid Carter, and I think that's about his ceiling. Yeah. I don't think that this is a guy who could have, like, we're looking at guys.
He was.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's what Javon Evans ultimately is. You know what I mean? Like that's where I think he was going to be.
Javon Evans is he's the end game of Velveteen Dream. Like, if Velveteen Dream was with the company and allowed to progress and maybe get better and maybe improve, then he could have become Javon Evans. I'll ride with you on that, right? Except, gay. That was his whole thing, right? He was gay. Like,
Velveteen Dream, like he played the effeminate character, but yeah, man, this is some marked behavior right here. Like, who are you referring to? Who were you doing this for?
And I think
how many lines of coke did you take?
Right, and that's part of it, though, right? Like, I can't imagine that if Obafemi would have failed, that 3 years from now he would be cutting promos on his phone against Seth Rollins and posting them on Twitter. You know what I mean?
In his one-bedroom apartment. Yeah,
right. Like, clearly, his mindset is not that of someone who could have been successful in the business, and that maybe I'm just wrong, but I
tell you, the WWE has a way of sniffing out bad seeds. Their rate of success in doing so is pretty damn high. I mean, remember when Edge got booted out? Well, not booted out, but like they were just like, we're going to pay you this. And then he went to AEW, and AEW found out the hard way what WWE knew.
Right at this particular time, would you like to do that?
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. I want to add, I only ever saw him in the video game and he was over hard with me just from the game. Then the collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah. Like I said, I think that he was talented, and I think his gimmick was very, very good, and I think that he performed it very well. But when you look at what we found out about this man since then, and I think that it's clear that he could not have ever really, like, even if he was able to, because that's the thing is, like, you keep hearing people say, like, oh, if he just hadn't made that mistake, maybe he'd be in a different. And it's like he would have made another mistake. Like there would have been something else he would have done. He would have done something.
Another thing is.
Go ahead.
he seems young. Was he young back then? Like, I mean, he doesn't look like he's over 26, 27 years old.
We'll ask the chat.
I don't
Chat,
know,
find Velveteen's dream.
Black Moon Crack.
His age. You know who reminds me of is Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle was a guy. He had all the skill. He could do it. He had a look. He had a following. He had it, and he just couldn't. Matt Riddle was going to screw up at some point, and I think that's just where Velveteen Dream ended up. But let's finish this up.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
No.
There's just a level of not catering to authority that you can kind of sense in people right away.
Yeah.
Pathetic, fickle fans, do it again. I hope you enjoy it. It's your world. It's your wrestling. It's your entertainment. It's your
Bitch, you're paying for it too. You got the goddamn thing right behind you. Goddamn, don't try to make me feel small.
30. He's 30.
Anyway,
so he's 30.
Okay,
years old.
still young.
So yeah. But he's also begging for a job because he said, I don't blame TKO. It's clear that he's angling for a job at some point,
Living in it. It's not a dream. It's your reality. And you are the ones who ruined it.
Yep. He's got Vince McMahon promo skill set written all over him, like the awkward pause.
Maybe that's why I don't connect with him. That might be why too, because I just don't.
Trying
Pat
too
Buck.
hard. That's what it's called.
Gotham guy. It's Pat Buck. Pat Buck is the guy, and he is the. He runs Creative Pro Wrestling, and he is a vice president of something in AEW, talent relations or some crap. So,
whatever.
All right. I think that brings us to the end of the show. Make sure you're hanging out with us on Tuesday. Make sure you're hanging out with Jake tomorrow night over on Alt Jake Takes On channel. Awful, do you have anything you want to do?
Nah, you guys are the best, man. Thanks for joining in the show, and hopefully you guys will enjoy Sunday and on to Monday and all that. And until then,
you know what? Real quick,
sure, yeah.
Going on Sunday next week for WrestleMania, we're going to be on after night 2 of WrestleMania.
Special. This is awful. Yeah, right.
Yeah, night 2
on Sunday night.
Yeah, we will be there to cover everything. Instead of doing something on night 1 and night 2, we figure we just do a night 2 and get it all out of the way. So there you go. All right. So from me and Awful, what do you got to say, Awful? Leave us.
You guys have an awful week. We'll see you next time. Peace.